Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, good evening. Hello, hello, and welcome to another stream. Yeah, like, today's really not gonna be much. I'll watch a couple of things. I'll commentate on some things. Hopefully, nothing will be copyrighted. I finally figured out how to work around that music problem. I got some proper BGM. It's not attached to a browser source. It took me a bit to figure that out. So, yeah, now it's working through OBS itself, through my recording software. So now you guys get some nice music, and it's not reliant on well, wait a minute. I'm wondering, but it's still a little too loud. Bring it back just a tiny bit. That there should be fine, I think. Yeah. No, because it's a little too quiet. Yeah, there should be fine. That should be fine. Today we're gonna be doing watching some stuff on the internet. I really don't know what else to say. Like, I'm not in the mood. Oddly enough, I'm not in the mood to be playing any games right now. Not. So, yeah, we gonna do that. Gonna do a whole bunch of that. Let me go to browser. Excuse me. Should be. Wait a minute. Gotta leave that and then go to. Can I make this invisible? Maybe. Bring it over there. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Oh, it appears to have gotten a little loud. Okay, let me pull that back. Just pull it back a bit. There you go. I did that earlier, but I was skeptical. There, now it should stay below about that level. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of something or other, a whole bunch of crazy crap. Laura's, the most disgusting found footage you haven't seen. Ooh, I'm tempted. One moment, I forgot. I need to get before I do anything else, I need to get the audio. And then I need to get the window. I just had a thought. Give me a second. Let me remove that, and then let me capture audio. To hide that. There you go. Now with this, I can go here, and then I can go here. There you go. What would it look like if I forced SDR? Look any better? Don't look any better. Not, at least not to me. It don't look any better to me. And now I'm gonna go into filters just so that let me set a limiter. Set compressor, I think. Set compressor. Just so about 2. And set the compressor about 10. Hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully that'll work out. I should also set a limiter. Yeah, I should have done that. Yep. Set that limiter to about a 10. Right, there you go. There you go. That should work. So, yeah. Check this out.
Tonight on You're the Credit One for Me, Janae meets the parents.
So lovely to meet you, Janae. I'm surprised Jack...
Oh, that was gross.
Pain. There's something really wrong.
Yeah, that's really gross. Oh, that was so gross. Ew.
Well, look who's back. Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4+, your favorite show starring your, yes, you watching this video, favorite host, Mr. Minus. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. New England just took an L, we lost our man in 3 Doors Down, and the shady individuals in power are doing shady things. So because of that, I decided to turn on a movie where New England takes an L, we lose more than just one man 3 doors down, and shady individuals in power do shady things. You'd think with a premise like that, the movie was made last year, but it turns out it was back in 2012.
That's
the
like
movie
really
I'm talking about
gross,
is,
man.
of course, drumroll please,
Ew.
Hunger Games. Nah, just kidding, it's actually a movie known as The Bay.
Like,
Directed
what the
by
heck?
Barry Levinson of Rain Man fame, the movie was a decent hit amongst critics. The film is also a mockumentary, which, if you are unfamiliar, imagine something akin to The Office. And if you're among the 5 people who don't know what that is, essentially the movie frames itself as a documentary, despite all of it being scripted. It's basically the WWE of documentaries. It just has a distinct
like
lack
it.
of John Cena and steel chairs. It came out due to Barry, not Benson or Allen, being given
Oh, by the way, if I go BRB here in a bit, it's because I've got tea boiling in a pot on my stove. So if I go BRB, it's because I'm taking care of that. I'm just letting it steep.
the task of creating a documentary. Turns out another company was already way ahead of him, but Barry had already done the research, thus he decided to say fuck it and made a horror movie off the information he learned. He chose the found footage format because of the Pompeii disaster. No, I'm not joking. His point being that say something
What?
like Pompeii happened in the modern day, we would have a lot of documentation on the event. Which is a decent point. I mean, you can literally watch the war in Ukraine on TikTok if you're bored enough. His other point was that the movie was also able to be filmed by actors
That's
as opposed to a
disturbing.
traditional
That is
crew.
deeply disturbing.
Now the
That is
actors
very,
can put
very,
stuff
very
like
disturbing.
multi-capable on their resume.
the
Something tells
hell?
me they didn't, because outside of The Cabin in the Woods and Pitch Perfect, I haven't seen these people in anything else. But enough gab. It's time to put on our goggles and slide into our swim trunks. This is The Bay. But before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe. Additionally, please be sure to check out the description for 4Player, our gaming channel.
I hear footsteps. Okay.
You'll also find our Instagram, Letterboxd, and community Discord, where we can see your suggestions and
I'm
just have a good
tempted.
time. All right, now we can go.
I'm tempted
Bay.
to watch that. Watch
The
that.
movie opens up with a pretty wild case of ADHD. The screen statics as we see a variety of reports covering a bunch of wildlife dying off, particularly fish and birds, but it's unknown what caused this. We are told that what we are about to see was never released to the public. We see a lady by the name of Donna on a Skype call tonguing her lip, must be a New England thing. In short, she's here to tell us about this shit show, if you will. It all started in Maryland on July 4th, like most disasters. We see footage of the incident as she pauses for a second. It's not
I'm already bored. I'm sorry to say. I'm already bored. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Uh-huh. Yeah, no thank you. The PJs. Nah. Like mozzarella at home. I'm never buying it again. Unwrapping the whole story. Complete recap. That'd be interesting, but I got between those buns.
Bread shouldn't have 20 ingredients, and it should be $5. So I'm gonna show you how to save some dough and make your bread right at home.
God damn. But I agree. Why we paying damn near $6 for 20 ingredients? What did Thanos say? Fine. I'll do it myself. So in our bread maker, 1 cup of lukewarm water, 1/3 cup of lukewarm milk, 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of honey, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, about right there. Then 3 3/4 cup of flour, leveled, not packed.
This is looking.
Last,
I've tried making bread,
2
so
teaspoons of instant yeast. We're gonna set the doohickey to the quick setting and the lightest crust
I've tried so hard
setting,
making
and then
bread, it's
start.
not even funny.
I think we're proofing now. Baby, we are done. That's bread.
Dude, I had a bread maker, but I didn't know how to use it.
Folks, I
Almost
really
wish
feel like
I'd
we
kept
have
the
reached
damn
a
thing,
new
but
frontier. Like, just feels so
man,
real.
that actually does look really good.
Our first bite of real bread. Oh, I'll never go
Oh,
back.
that sounded crispy. That sounded so damn crispy, man. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a fat ass, so
Yeah, it does
this
taste like real bread, but there's such a
I really do
cakiness, a bounciness
wish I could make
to
this
it.
myself.
And then you get like this crispy crust. You can't hear the crunch, but it's there. And it's just
No, there was a crunch at the beginning. There was that, like, at that first bite, there was a
so
crunch.
dense.
I was
There's
like,
a little
wow.
sweetness to it. Let me make me a sandwich or something. Oh, life's a nightmare. The closest thing to a sandwich I can make right now.
Sounds like you made something like a Hawaiian bread.
Oh, more bread content is coming. I merely just touched the surface of what I can do with a bread maker. I'll be back. A+.
Bread shouldn't have 20 ingredients, and it should be $5. So I'm gonna show you how to
This
save
is by
some dough and make your
Johnson
bread right at
voiceovers,
home.
by the way.
Goddamn.
Check him out, he does good stuff.
Yo, bros,
I don't know
I'm
if that's
showing outside.
copyright.
I want the audience to experience a scary mummy that they haven't seen before. I want the audience to...
Time has come, I'm ready to go, venturing into the unknown.
Hold up, wait, I just hit the jackpot.
But first, let's welcome
3 apples.
This is probably gonna end up with me doom scrolling, okay? Like, it's inevitable at this rate.
Take one away. How many does he have left? 3 apples. And I take one away. How many does he have left? 3 apples.
I'm wondering if maybe the kid had a neurological issue. Personally, I literally can't go past like something like Algebra 1 or to Algebra 2. I think it's about Algebra 2. I literally cannot get past like the starting point of like Algebra 2 before my brain absolutely shuts off. So like, I honestly kind of feel sorry for the kid that he's like, his shut off point is literally there at like, literally at an addition, despite the fact that he's what, 13? He looks what, 12? 4. God, that sucks. That sucks.
But first, let's welcome our special guest, here to sing the American National
Wait a minute, what's that? Is that chocolate? I think that's chocolate. I'm gonna skip this just because, like, the music. What in the hell? You know what? I almost wanted to dance to it. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty good. I have no idea who. What's that? What is that? What is that? Hoyo Fair. Oh. Apparently this is Hoyo Fair. Yeah, that's pretty good. Check them out.
I just need this documented for people who don't believe.
Fan account, I'm guessing. This is a fan account. This is... I can't remember. I know I'm following her, but I can't remember what her
Every
name
single person who has made a short using my song has over 1 million subscribers. If you do not believe me, click on
This is what happens when we rely on a fragile food system and it just collapses. Del Monte Foods filed bankruptcy last year and it just closed one of its final canneries and it's leaving fruit growers in crisis. The Modesto cannery closure.
Ow. You guys do know Del Monte, like... They're literally one of the main like canned food producers in like the country. They're everywhere. They're on just about the shelves of just about every store in the country. Every damn store. How are they bankrupt?
Will eliminate about 1,800 workers, showing just how fragile the industrial food system is. We're not sure where these farmers and supply chain workers will go, but it shows the dangers that come with a food system so reliant on middlemen. For every $1 you spend at the grocery store, the farmer gets just 11.8 cents right now. And that's before even including their costs. They really only keep 5.8 cents and everything else goes to the corporate entities like
per item purchased. I'm going to tell you right now, these big companies, they sell a hell of a lot of produce. Usually. That is still a lot. That is like 11 cents per can of canned vegetables. And people aren't buying 1 can of canned vegetables. They're buying 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cans of canned vegetables, canned fruit in one go, literally. And that's only for like 1-person households like me. They're still going to be earning lots and lots of money per can.
Something's wrong with my legs when I...
It all adds up is what I'm trying to say. It all adds up.
Guys, we're going to practice, but we gotta catch Reba.
Most people think that artists...
You're gone and I gotta stay all the time to keep
Why are you breaking that bottle? What the hell? Oh, he's making art out of it. That's cool. That was cool, I guess. I'll give it a like.
Nice team.
Wow, Kane.
I really don't know why I'm getting...
Do-da-da-da-da-do-da-dee. I think you're in love.
Why did... If he did fart, why did his microphone catch it that well? You know what? I shouldn't say that because if he's got a good mic,
Hey guys,
if
I
his
heard
mic
we
could
were
hear
baking.
it.
Oh my gosh.
That's true. That's true. That is so true. Fun fact, my grandpa is poor as all hell, yet he eats really damn good. Because he he lives off of like old-fashioned food, and most people don't really like old-fashioned food these days, so he can get that stuff on cheap. You do not know how cheap a beef liver goes for in the market. Barely anybody wants any of it, but it's still there, but it is cheap. He loves that stuff, that kind of thing. That, and he mostly puts most of his food together by hand anyway.
Sussy baka skibbity toilet. One Piece Fortnite.
If you see... Some of this is so brain rot, it's not even funny. Yep.
A stuffed waffle?
Ooh, I got
Holy
mine's chorizo and egg and cheese.
Holy fucking shit, bro. That's crazy, man. And he puts no, I think the kid puts Nutella on everything. Buddy.
Dude.
First of all, that right there looks fucking fire.
It does.
Then you got
look at the steam.
chorizo, egg, cheese. What the fuck?
Chorizo, egg, and cheese. Sausage, egg, and cheese, basically, but the sausage is spiced with Mexican spice.
Oh my god! It looks like two waffles. No, but it's inside. Holy
It's a thick.
shit,
It's
dude.
one thick freaking waffle. That's what it is.
Waffle?
Ooh. I'm lucky I'm not hungry. I literally like just had dinner half an hour ago, and I'm full. Half an hour? Oops. I mean like 45 minutes ago. I should have said 45 minutes.
How about a Windows phone? Ooh.
Sounds like
Windows
ass.
phone.
Windows phones, it's weird that didn't take off. Like, a friend of mine had one of those. I was like, look at you.
And they had those weird tiles.
Yeah, the tiles, like Windows 10. Those tiles are awkward. They're still awkward. This is not the way to do it.
If you have a Windows phone now, what are you doing? You're not getting updates.
No,
right?
you ain't getting shit. They're just letting it die.
You're kind of just stuck in 1996. How about a Windows phone?
Yeah, it's like, it sounds like garbage to me. For the longest, I honestly wished I could like downgrade Windows to a different version just so I could like get all this damn bloatware off my computer. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of like bloatware on the back end of my PC that like you just literally can't get rid of, despite the fact that there's no point of having it, including like all the extra versions of Windows that like are being saved that I have no idea how to get rid of. Like all the pointless Windows updates and crap. But if I were to uninstall any of that, then I might end up accidentally uninstalling like previous versions of Windows itself, and like I just don't have to deal with it.
Think fast.
And I ain't gonna pay $200 for a copy of Windows on a hard drive or on a
Wait, if you're about to scroll and you...
I got called pretty today.
USB sticks.
Learn to crumb out. Before we start to turn it out, you must first begin to breathe in, breathe out.
I got called pretty today. Well, the exact words were "you're pretty annoying," but I like to focus on the positives.
That's funny.
Wish you never dated me. Lies, tell me lies, baby, tell me.
That's definitely copyright.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Her name is Lola. She respect, power.
Someone who is strong, but still a little shy.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I didn't even realize that like that my music's basically turned itself off. Because like there's nothing else. Why'd my music stop? Weird. That's very weird. Why'd my music turn itself off? Oh, it's probably a setting I'd set for it. Never mind. I might as well just leave it off for now. I mean, that's fine. That is fine. Well, I say that, but I also need to go and check up on my tea, so I'll be right back. I will be right back. Let me give you guys a little sound for you guys to enjoy while I do that. BRB, guys. BRB. I'm back. Pull this back. Pull it about here. About there? Nah, how about here? Here should be good. There you go. That's nice. I think. That should do it. That should do it. I went and got myself a cup of tea, but it is very hot right now. I can't drink it, unfortunately. Let me see if I can't give you guys a look. Can you see the steam wafting off that thing? I don't know if you guys can. There you go. Now you can. Now you can see the steam wafting. Look at that steam. Oh. And look at the effect it's having on the camera too. Wow. Like you can see it. You can see it. It's faint, but you can see it. Oh. Yes, I put creamer in my tea. I do that because I don't like black tea. Okay, I don't like my tea like that. I don't at all. And when it cools down a little bit, what's it gonna be good stuff? It'll be good stuff. And in America are friends, Rose says Desu. Oh, we're gonna do some reactception.
interesting bond between Japanese Twitter users and American.
By the way, Kansas City barbecue, best barbecue.
Kansas City barbecue
is best barbecue.
Have you even been?
I'm not gonna argue it. Kansas City barbecue is best barbecue.
My vote is for Texas.
Texas has good Mexican food. Kansas City has good barbecue.
American Twitter users, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, I saw this post the other day from Kirsha where she said her whole timeline is now full of Japanese people talking about American cars and hating.
Burn.
Sorry, Kansas City barbecue's best.
Was that the trucker man, or was that from my Texas comment? Because if I remember correctly, there's like this weird move between Oklahoma and Texas.
Nah, I was thinking it might be interesting, but I literally don't know what's going on. For some reason, my brain was unable to compute with whatever the hell was going on in that video. My brain refuses to let me. What was Tenchi Muyo? Good question. I have no idea.
He's got the looks, the luck, and 6 ladies still after his heart.
Does this woman have that I don't? Can you tell me? Huh?
Love is a battlefield.
Everybody knows that in the late 90s into the early 2000s, the biggest gateway into anime for most American audiences was Toonami. It was that special era in time where anime wasn't always readily available.
Awesome.
It wasn't on multiple streaming services because they didn't exist yet, but it was something that you had to seek out, or at the very least.
Fun fact. When I was younger, despite the fact that I had insomnia, I was basically forced to go to bed early. I mean like damn near biological. I was a night owl, damn near biologically at that point, and it's because I wasn't able to go to, because of like the way my parents set up when we were supposed to be going to bed. I literally was not able to watch Toonami in my younger years. It wasn't until I was in my mid to late teens where I had the chance to really start getting into that. At that point, it was already kind of too late.
At the very least, make time for and be sure that you were sitting in front of your TV from 4 to 7 p.m. on Cartoon Network so that you could be taken away into various fantasy worlds that included Sailor Scouts, Dragon Balls, Galactic Ley Lines, and...
No, wait, no, I might be wrong. If they say 4 to 7... say 4 to 7... No, I'm pretty sure around that time, my parents were watching their own TV, and we only had like one TV in the house. So that's it. That might have been more it. They wanted to watch their own shows, and like whenever Toonami was on, they might have been watching something else like, I don't know, like Beverly Housewives or whatever the hell it was called.
And plenty more. But in the year 2000, there premiered one of the strangest, most bizarre fever dreams of an anime show to ever air on a television channel here in the West that was geared towards children, and that was Tenchi Muyo.
Now, I want your balls, please.
What? A series that is this insane blend of science fiction, over-the-top comedy, wholesome inspiration, intense action sequences, a rabbit-cat hybrid called Ryowoki that turns into a spaceship.
I almost actually want to watch this. I almost actually do want to watch this show. God damn.
That's a thing. There was also demon women, alien women, mad scientist women, and space police women that were all conveniently gathered into one location where all of them basically wanted to bang this guy. Tenchi Masaki, the most unassuming, polite, and awkward protagonist of all time. There's evil villains in this show, there's all-powerful godlike entities, there's sacred trees.
2 of the characters have just about the exact same hairstyle. Or am I wrong?
There's basically like lightsabers, and there's an episode dedicated to seeing all of the characters sharing bath time together. To be a kid going from watching something like Dragon Ball Z to just a half an hour to an hour later, seeing it back to back with this mind-altering experience of Tenchi Muyo, especially during those adolescent years, and getting to spend so much time with some really frisky space babes. Honestly, I think this show broke my brain for a little bit.
Here's a little fun fact. 90s anime didn't give a shit. There was Ranma, there was Inuyasha. Inuyasha, as far as I'm aware, never actually had nudity. But they did get kind of close. Ranma had nudity, but it didn't have any sexual content because, again, children's show. So, like, usually, for most, like, let's just say 90s anime, they really didn't care in the slightest. Think Dragon Ball, and I mean the first season of Dragon Ball. In the first season of the original Dragon Ball anime in the 90s, you literally see Goku's... Yeah. It's not... Their Japanese standards were different back then. It's so weird. It was so weird, man. It was so weird.
And if I didn't experience it firsthand, I probably would never imagine a show like this could exist. And by show, I mean shows in the multiple. But I'll get into that in a minute. Unlike many other Toonami shows at the time that had solidly stood the test of time and are still talked about to this day, Tenchi seems to have this unique legacy where it's mostly faded into obscurity, with the very distinct exception that there are some people who are really, and I mean really, really into it at the time. I was one of them. And to us, this show will never die. And more particularly, the experience of watching it when it was on TV during our formative years led to it being a very distinct core memory that we can never get rid of. Picture getting home from school and turning on...
My thing was, I did not ever watch Tenchi Muyo. What was it I watched? I watched Dragon Ball. I watched... Other anime I watched, I can't remember. Oh, there's another one. Not One Piece. Oh, there was Zatch Bell. There was... I say Zatch Bell, but there's only... Oh, Code Lyoko. There's Code Lyoko, though that's not technically an anime. Because it was made by Canadians, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was Canadians. I think he moved it. Yeah. We could technically consider an anime. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Did you think Code Lyoko was an anime or not? I'll tell you.
On Toonami around 4 or 5 p.m. You're blasted with the adrenaline of Dragon Ball Z, the political turmoil of Gundam Wing, the themes of remorse and redemption of Rurouni Kenshin, and then
never watched Rurouni Kenshin.
Tenchi Muyo begins, where an unassuming, incredibly polite teenage boy awakens an ancient demon who turns out to be this hot chick named Ryoko, who can fly, teleport, shoot energy beams, and also totally wants to nail him. Then in the next episode, you're introduced to Princess Ayeka, a girl from outer space who in the series is also related to Tenchi himself because, surprise, he's connected to the same royal bloodline of Jirai, and also she still wants to nail him. Yeah, and it just gets continuous.
But they're cousins. I forget. Japanese standards, my guys. Japanese standards. Ooh, that's good tea. Ooh, that's good tea.
Continuously weirder from there. Before long, Tenchi has a bunch of various women that end up living in his house with him, and they get up to different adventures. There are science experiments gone wrong. There's the occasional visits from other entities from...
This reminds me of To Love Ru. That's what it reminds me of. Ah. Yeah, I didn't watch that neither because that wasn't on American Toonami or anything back in those days. Obviously, because that was more of a 2010s, like a more 2010s, 2015s anime, pretty sure. But that's what this reminds me of. Is To Love Ru. Oddly enough.
From outer space, the occasional supervillain, plenty of slice of life episodes, and really going into an episode of Tenchi Muyo, you never quite knew what you were gonna get. Maybe you'd get introduced to a new character, maybe there would be some kind of unstoppable threat that the characters have to fight, or maybe it's just the characters going to a carnival. Maybe it's one where Washu is trying to get Tenchi to get her pregnant, or maybe there's a robot taking on the form of one of our main characters, or maybe the whole episode takes place in a bathhouse. The point is, you never knew what you were gonna get. And the guy that was dead center in the midst of all this was Tenchi Masaki, and he is not a superhero by any stretch of the imagination. He basically rejects all the advances from the girls around him and is genuinely a good-natured dude, which is kind of why it's hilarious that his character is surrounded with so much chaos. He's not out for himself, he's incredibly respectful, and he mostly just wants some peace and quiet. He trained.
It also reminds me of Mahoromatic. I'm probably gonna have to bring this one up for you guys because I forgot this one existed, but I've watched the whole series. Mahoromatic. This show was fun. I loved this show. It was basically a show. I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned it in a previous stream, but for those of you that have no idea, this was basically like a combat android built to fight aliens is going through its last years. It's basically going through what Cortana did in the Halo games, Rampancy. Like, she's going to be going out of commission in a couple of years, so she's like being put into retirement. And she literally goes to basically become a maid at somebody's at a nobody's house. Well, I say nobody's house, quote unquote. A lot of the themes. It sounds like a lot of the themes in Tenchi Muyo is also in this show. Yeah, that's cool too.
And he can fight, but he doesn't seek any kind of ultimate power. He's just the unassuming protagonist that
Pretty sure there's an episode or two of it on YouTube somewhere. I'm not sure about that, though. It could have been removed at some point.
Is reactionary to the wild situations around him, but rarely does he actually lead the narrative. He's kind of always caught in the crossfire, always figuring out what to do when the situations get out of hand, and he's always doing his best to help everybody involved within that process, and also making them feel welcomed, even though they are all invasive into his home. Tenchi is the heart and center of the show because
I'd be so frustrated if if a bunch of girls were after me and they just decided they literally broke into my apartment or something to sleep in my bed or something. I could not put up with it. I would not be able to. No.
Is genuinely trying to do what is best for everybody around him. But trying to talk about what the show was about is kind of a futile effort. It constantly just throws more and more different shit at you from time and time again, and you just kind of have to go on the ride. It also depends on which Tenchi series you're watching. So Tenchi as a franchise has multiple shows with different continuities, and none of them are the same. As of today, we have the OVA series with multiple seasons. We have at least 5 different TV shows with the title Tenchi Muyo. We have at least 3 Tenchi Muyo movies, and we have a handful of TV specials and spin-off series. But I want to make this video from the perspective of what it was like to discover the show in the early 2000s, so I'm going to dial it back a bit. Back in the day, there were 3 Tenchi shows that aired on Toonami. Each of them have a completely different continuity and lore, and they all aired back to back. So if you watched a little bit of Tenchi Muyo and then you missed some episodes, you could tune back in a week later and the context and backstory of all of the characters and situations would be totally different because now you'd be watching Tenchi Universe. which made things pretty confusing for kids back in the day. The OVA series was called Tenchi Muyo, but the full title would be Tenchi Muyo Ryooki. OVA meaning original video animation, so it wasn't intended as a series to air on television in Japan, but in the US and other places it did. This was our first exposure to any form of Tenchi. The full OVA series currently now has 5 seasons, with each season being about 6 to 7 episodes apiece, but at the time there was only 2 seasons at about 13 episodes total.
Cool.
So Toonami aired those. And after the final Tenchi Muyo episode they had at that time, they immediately began airing Tenchi Universe. Now, Tenchi Universe is intended as a series to air on television, and it consists of 26 episodes total, and
I might actually end up watching that at some point. Check out Real Life Lion. This is his video. Check it out. Like, seriously, I'll do that for every video that I actually look into. Well, I'm gonna outright say it. Check out Real Life Lion. Real Life Ryan. The farm in Resident Evil makes no sense.
Chance or luck?
It's good.
It all links back to you.
Rob Litzky.
David Yurman, Madison.
The most affordable German-engineered car brand is also the most fun.
When you think of the farm in Resident Evil 4, it's kind of forgettable if I'm being honest. Small, quiet,
I can agree with
not
that.
really a whole lot going on. But I will say, the more time that you do spend here, the more you'll start to realize this place is hiding a lot more than it lets on. From subtle environmental details to surprisingly well-hidden items, the farm is doing a lot of heavy lifting that most players never even notice. It's also a turning point, a sort of dividing line between the main village and something much older and more deteriorated. And once we get to that ruined village, things take quite the turn. But without further ado, let's go ahead and step into the farm.
Yeah, I was never too big a fan of this part of this part of RE4. Not because it was hard or anything, but because it could... Getting your hands on the medallions was annoying as all hell. Because one of the medallions was tied to this big windmill that was at the, literally out of the bounds of the map that you had to shoot. Or no, that was you had to either shoot it from afar or get up underneath it, but getting underneath it meant you had to take out a pair of bear traps that were underneath it too. And just making sure you don't accidentally step in the bear traps was annoying.
The moment you first enter the farm, your attention is immediately pulled to this tree, with a shiny blue medallion hanging from one of its branches, and a bright blue note flapping in the wind. This is essentially your introduction to the blue medallion side objective that quietly encourages exploration over survival. But what's really interesting here is something that most players will never see, because, well, technically, it's not even on the map. Once we drop down below ground level, we can actually find what looks like to be a file asset sitting directly underneath the note attached to the tree above. And here's where things get a little weird. At first, I thought this might have been an early version of the note, and maybe Capcom eventually replaced it with the blue cloth note to make it a little bit more eye-catching to the player. But the moment you interact with the note above, the hidden asset disappears, which suggests something way more interesting. You're not interacting with this cloth note at all. Instead, you're actually triggering the object underneath the map. It's a small detail, but it's a cool little peek behind the curtain on how this game is actually put together.
Isn't it?
And that is why my butthole still burns to this day. Oh, hey, I was just finishing that letter to my doctor. Anyways, I do gotta say, that is a really strange place to hang a necklace.
It is kind of an interesting place.
You know, one thing that I genuinely love about this area is how alive it feels. You got chickens over here flapping around, having a good time. You got some cows over here chilling, minding their own business. It gives the illusion that
As he moves his mic around, it swishes head earphones, and that's kind of irritating me a little bit.
This place was once normal. Huh, would you look at that? Nice little egg. Thanks, Chicky. Good thing I didn't bring my lunch. And then you got this dog right here. For whatever reason, every time you get close to it, it freaks the hell out and darts away. What's even stranger is how the game actually treats these animals, because you can actually kill these cows. Though I don't know why you'd want to do that. However, this dog is apparently invincible. Don't ask me how I know that.
And that's probably why the dog is running away. Because it knew you would do that. Scary.
Well, at least the cows are getting some fresh water. Ooh, they're there. Man, never would have thought the first time that I pet a cow would be inside a video game. Ooh, easy there, big fella. And one thing that I never really noticed or paid attention to is that these cows don't actually have udders. So does that make these technically bulls? And if so, I don't really see a... Okay, you know what? We're done. You know, with this being a farm,
Yeah.
you're going to get a bad smell from time to time. And I thought I was getting a major whiff of cow dung. However, I came to the realization that I have never been more wrong in my entire life. Because the aroma that I was getting was coming from this massive pile of corpses. Oh. Good God. Oh, man. Talk about having a bad day.
Oh,
you know, it makes you wonder if this is where all the villagers end up after Leon finishes them off. Anyways, let's move on. So in my previous video where we went over the village, someone mentioned in the comments that there was a hidden grenade somewhere in the farm area. And I'll be honest with you, I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. I mean, I've played this game so many times, I can't recall ever finding a grenade in this area.
Wasn't it? Isn't there in the barn?
So I had to do some digging around. And thankfully, eventually, I found it. Right here, tucked away in a barrel that is ridiculously easy to overlook. Shall we? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The very first incendiary grenade that you can find in Resident Evil 4. Just sitting right here in the farm. And this is exactly what I mean. This area rewards players who slow down and take the time to actually look around. So now I'm curious. Did you know that this grenade was hidden here?
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was in like a...
Yeah, you.
I thought there was another grade like
Get your salad
grenade
together.
like in a small bit,
Ever
small
feel
barn
your
or
sports
something.
bra
You
digging
know?
in? Tired of leggings that squeeze? Meet silk.
I have never worn leggings in my life because I am a dude.
Now checking out this first barn, there's not really a whole lot going on. Just a couple cows chilling, having a snack. Nothing.
Yeah.
You good? Let's move on. You know, one thing I do wonder is how in the hell did the merchant get up here and hang up all these medallions? My knees are aching just kneeling down like this. I gotta know a secret.
I always thought that music...
I do have to give Capcom some credit here. This barn actually feels functional. You have some spare fence posts lying right here, an old wooden wagon, tools that make it feel like people actually worked here. And given everything that we've seen so far, I do wonder if this big wagon was used to transport all of those dead bodies that we saw outside. And if you come over here, you'll notice that we see the same pots that we saw in the village houses. And, okay. It's just dirt in these pots. Thank God. But I do have to say, compared to some of the almost empty houses that we seen earlier in the village, these added details go a long way in making this area feel more believable. But the structure of this wooden scaffolding right outside this barn area just baffles my mind. Like, why did the villagers go out of their way to build this to make it so much more complicated to traverse into the next area? Like, I mean, think about it. If all of these fence postings and this scaffolding wasn't here, you could easily just walk on to the next area.
Block your head off.
Why they gotta make things complicated? Another thing that I find odd is that the villagers, or someone here, just stashed away a fancy mug that you can put jewels in, just right here in this crate. The game refers to it as a Bernstein, or Bernstein. Maybe it's Bloodstain. Only some of you will get that reference. It's just chilling here. It's just for the taking. You gotta love Resident Evil 4. Now this is something that I completely missed for years. After assisting Ashley down the ladder, I'd lose my patience with her and rush on to the next section of the game. I never thought to stop and turn around and search this area. Because if you actually do, you can go around this corner and find that there's a little shack here that you can go inside. And what do you know? There's some extra crates with some loot. And honestly, this kind of blew my mind because it made me realize just how much stuff I was passing up in this game without ever actually noticing. But what is a cool detail is that you see a chicken coop here. Good to know those chickies have a little home to go to. But with that said, that's going to wrap up the farm area. And now we're going to head into something a little less welcoming.
Who's to say that there were chickens kept in that coop? Kept in that crate. Yeah, this is Boblitsky, I think. I think I've got a headache coming on, but it's just not wanting to come loose. I always have these weird rising headaches. They're like a bubble. They go whoop, and they just vanish. Rising little momentary headaches there. Signals. But that's not it. American woman. Cut content in the Pillar of Autumn. Ooh.
Well, it only took like 2 years, but we're finally doing it. The first level.
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
Despite this being a relatively smaller part of the game, taking place exclusively aboard the Pillar of Autumn, it's still one of the most significant. The player's very first impression of a brand new title. Remember, this game came out way back in 2001. Things were different back then. The Xbox had just launched with a lineup of brand new IPs, and among them was a snazzy looking first-person shooter. At this time, Halo wasn't the franchise it is today. You know, in hospice. So that first impression is essential, which brings with it lots of experimentation. Everything from cutscenes.
They're basically saying it's dead. They aren't wrong. God, it's dead. It's a dead show. Dead. Halo is officially defunct, unfortunately.
To dialogue, to the tutorial sections, to...
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. The first 3 games were the best. The rest of them were garbage.
Even acquiring your first weapon, it all went through multiple iterations. It's a level just bristling with lost potential, and I'm excited to guide you through it. This is Halo CE Restored, a video series and mod that aims to dig into the depths of Halo to find and restore the concepts that never were. Everything from...
what was it? Fun fact. From the original Halo Combat Evolved to the new Combat Evolved on Steam, there is quite literally there's this stuff on the Pillar of Autumn that got cut. There's several moments in the Pillar of Autumn where in the original version there were a couple of doors that were kind of like half destroyed, but they were like half open. Couldn't pass through them, so you had to bash them open. I liked those scenes. There's also a scene where, like right at the beginning, when you're running towards the bridge, there's an elite who's like in your way, and you can't do nothing to him. But like, there's this little moment where he will run into a little chamber that you can't really usually get into. He'll like the doors will close on him, and he'll basically like use that chamber himself.
Code to sound bites to beta builds, it's all on the table here. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the cut content in Pillar of Autumn. Alright guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got this wall here and I had the perfect idea what to hang up, okay? The Declaration of Independence. It's a real conversation piece. But when I went to DC, I politely asked them, hey, how much for that? And they said, what, the Declaration? I said, yeah, the Declaration. Can you believe it? They kicked me out. It's ridiculous. I even told them about the wall. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Unless something better comes through that door in the next 5 seconds, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Oh, wait, no, this is perfect. These are premium metal posters from Displays.
Don't joke about that. Don't joke about that. It's the government don't find that funny. People have tried to do that before. It's not, yeah.
It's sleek and durable with hundreds of different designs, all from real artists. You're guaranteed to find your next masterpiece. All displays are made in-house with lightweight steel to guarantee high quality and feel. And they can come in 3 different sizes, like this extra large here. Covers the whole wall. All displays come with a magnetic hanging system.
I've wanted
no
one
tools
for a while.
required, no drilling holes. This poster is easily my favorite of the bunch. I love the design of it, and Display was kind enough to send it to me with what they call their texture finish, which has this really cool 3D metallic effect to it.
3D metallic effect. Nervy Destroyer. That's his name. Nervy Destroyer.
Really makes those details pop. With dozens of fandoms to choose from, including the award-winning Expedition 33, you'll be sure to find just that perfect piece to put on your wall. Declaration.
They're so expensive, though. Over $50 a pop.
Declaration. Who needs it? This is the magnum opus. That said, I do have a second wall. Scan the QR code on your screen or use code NERVY at checkout to get up to 36% off your next display. And thank you to Display for sponsoring this video.
Great. Yeah. It feels so good, damn tea. Wondering what tea
this cutscene is awesome. As a first-time player, if this doesn't suck you in, gets you excited about this world, this universe, I don't even know. Who hurt you? Looking into the scripting for this specific cutscene, there's actually a couple unused functions here called Battle Start and Battle Stop. These functions would create, activate, and subsequently destroy a series of objects called X10 Battle, X10 being the code name for this opening cutscene. Digging a little deeper into the cutscene data itself, we can then find these X10 battle objects, and it turns out they're just a bunch of space explosions close by to the Pillar of Autumn. But that's not all I found. Directly nearby to these explosions, we also have some unused camera positions, such as Dogfight 1, a dogfight being the nickname for a close-range aerial battle between 2 fighter jets. In other words, this is all very clearly a cut space battle segment, which is freaking awesome. I have to assume this battle would involve those longsword fighters we see during that opening camera pan. Perhaps there were to be some Covenant recon jets that Bungie would have them battling with. Unfortunately though, I couldn't find any references to such Covenant ships anywhere in the game data. They had to exist at some point though, I reckon, which is really unfortunate. This unused space...
I imagine they removed it at the time because, like, there's only so much you can put into one section of the game before you start causing performance problems. Remember, this was made on the original Xbox. And despite being a pioneer for its time, there's really not a lot of room for really
space
high
battle scene does fit rather nicely with the conversation between Cortana and Keyes as well. Cortana directly references it.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of the recon picket now, nothing serious.
Unfortunately though, this skirmish is only talked about in passing as Keyes returns back to the center console. I'm guessing the space battle was cut because it would have slowed the cutscene's pacing too dramatically. Or perhaps Bungie just figured, this is good enough, the game releases in a month, let's not do an overcomplicated space battle scene where every single individual ship within it has to be piloted manually with a controller with dog shit controls. Maybe they just didn't want to do that. I certainly don't. For the restoration, I wanted to strike a balance between these two approaches. Have a cool space shot.
Apparently he actually had managed to be able to pilot one of the sword fight thing, the drone things, and the controls were Surprised.
Shot with the longsword fighters, but do it in a way to preserve the original cutscene's pacing. And also my own sanity, which has been rapidly deteriorating. So I opted for simplicity here. A quick switch to show a fighter rushing out towards an ongoing battle you can see in the distance. Here's how it looks in context.
That's good. That'd be good.
They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious.
That's good. That's all the context you really
But
need.
I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS classes.
The pacing, at least for me, still feels rock solid, and seeing the cool spikes flying out towards the cool spikes. It's cool. Spikes. Moving on, I now want to reference the CE developer commentary, talking about the next part of this opening cutscene.
Stern master. You know what I just realized about this? Does this Warthog still crash when it goes off frame? Okay, listen to it. It's going to crash as it goes off scene.
You heard the lady.
Wait.
This is not a drill.
No, I think it's the one that comes after this one.
Warthog?
Yeah, this was the moment where wait for the crash.
Damn right I am.
Here it goes.
Double time.
It's going to go behind.
Attention all personnel.
Oh, looks like somebody fixed that bug, Marty O'Donnell.
You know what? We did do that.
But I think this was the moment we all realized that Sergeant Johnson
Who wanted to see Covenant up close.
Here it is.
was going to
Here it is. This the one's going to crash. Listen for it.
So apparently one of the Warhogs in this cutscene crashes into a wall off screen, and on certain game versions you can actually hear it.
Yeah. Now move it out. Double time.
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging the enemy.
Fortunately, I also have a handy dandy free camera tool I like to use, so I can see all sorts of fun stuff. Like the fact that Johnson is also driving the Warthog. Like there's two of them. It also lets me see the actual crash.
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging.
And finally, we have a small piece of cut dialogue in the third and final part of the
Did they really remove that? I hope they didn't, because it's a little bit of hokiness.
This opening cutscene. This is the section where our big green cyborg hero is finally introduced for the very first time. And as it turns out, one of our crewmen here, Sam, he has a bit more to say about him. First, recall this line from the base game.
Okay. Bringing low-level systems online. Cracking the case in 30 seconds.
What if I told you that's not his original line? Here's his actual full dialogue.
Okay. Bringing low-level systems online. His vitals look good. Cracking the case in 30 seconds.
I'm guessing the reason this was cut is because it's an almost exact duplicate of another line you'd hear while you're in the cryotube.
Vital signs look normal. No freezer burn.
Now let's talk about the real start of the game, the beginnings of a genre-defining franchise. That first ever time we entered into the shoes of our badass cyborg hero, the Master Chief. Being that this was an early example of a first-person shooter on a twin-stick controller, Bungie smartly recognized the need for a tutorial. And what they created here is just fantastic for a first-time player. Gives you everything you need to know right off the rip. The health bar, the movement and lock-on aiming, and most importantly, the recharging energy shield. However, while perfect for a first-time player, this tutorial does have a rather fatal flaw. It's long and frankly quite boring.
Stand on the red square, please.
Shot him?
Bungie smartly realized this problem as well, especially for repeat playthroughs. And so they added a quote-unquote fast setup, where if you're on heroic or legendary, it skips this whole tutorial and puts you right into the action. But what if I told you this fast setup was not quite the original plan? What if I told you they were going to let you skip the tutorial manually? As it turns out, there's a couple unused trigger volumes in this cryo chamber called Tutorial Skip 1 and Tutorial Skip 2, both of which just so happen to be placed at the 2 exit doors. Couldn't have been more clear if they tried. We can infer from the name and placement of these triggers that the player could simply walk to a door at any time and perhaps press a button to skip this tutorial. For the restoration, I implemented this exact mechanism, except in 2 parts. That first part of the tutorial, where you're just stuck in the cryotube, you can now just get out at any point per a HUD prompt and skip the whole looking around and health introduction. Then the second part of this tutorial skip uses the actual skip triggers that were left behind by Bungie. At any point between the red square and the yellow square, you can just leave. Just go to the exit doors and press the interact button.
Bridge to Cryo 2, this is Captain Key. Send the Master Chief to the bridge immediately.
This will also deactivate the other tutorials throughout the level, such as the motion tracker section. Gotta keep the speedrunners happy, right? Fucking die, you bitch! Die! Before moving on from this tutorial section, we do also have a cut piece of dialogue. When Tom, our lovable crewman champion, gets that call from Captain Keyes, he tries to explain that there's more diagnostics that need to be run.
Bridge to Cryo 2, this is Captain Key. Send the Master Chief to the bridge immediately.
I remember
Captain,
that
we'll have to
distinctly.
skip the weapons diagnostics and
Double, crewman.
But is cut off before he can finish his thought. Turns out, in the sound files, Tom was going to say just a little bit more before being cut off completely.
Captain, we'll have to skip the weapons diagnostics and I don't think we... Aye, sir.
Likely, he's just trying to tell Keyes that he doesn't think skipping the weapons diagnostics is a good idea, considering weapons are kind of important to a super soldier. Literally, his whole purpose. Quelling rebellions. Sort of convenient the Covenant just happened to show up. Moving on past our little how-to, it's now time for Total Carnage.
Round 1, fight.
After the initial tutorial section where Sam gets gunned down by the imposter, Tom will immediately run towards the exit. It's here that he shouts,
"This way!"
Except similar to before, this is only half of the original recording. What he's actually supposed to say is,
"Come on, this way!"
Then of course he runs down the hall and gets absolutely destroyed. And he wasn't even wearing a red shirt. It's here where we have an unused chapter title called Total Carnage. Serious question, is this another marathon reference? Looking at this a little further, it's also quite clear why it was cut. After Tom gets obliterated, this is when the jump tutorial begins. However, if there's a chapter title currently playing out, this jump button pop-up does not appear until after the black bars recede. Now us seasoned gamers surely know how to jump at this point, but I don't know, maybe we had some playtesters from the Neolithic era. You know, just bang.
Playtesters sometimes can be really journalists, playtesters, you'll get that one that blames the game when it's really just their own fault. It's their own damn fault.
Hanging rocks together. Moving further along, we are then greeted with the real carnage.
I hate that so much. Playing on Lasso, you need every little bit of health you can. But if you're playing on Lasso and you go and you try to get through the door, no matter what you do, that explosion's gonna take off a chunk of your health. Frustrating.
Let's first take a look at the room to our right. This is the one directly across from the crouch tutorial. In retail, this room is a complete mess with fire and steam pipes and explosions everywhere. As cool as this room looks, however, it's completely inaccessible to the player. The bulkhead leading into it immediately starts closing when you enter this area, and even if you get to it before it fully shuts, there's an invisible barrier that holds you back. But this wasn't always the case. We actually have an unused piece of scripting called Mission Blam Burn. This function was going to do two specific things. First, there'd be this massive explosion launching yet another unlucky crewman. Perhaps this was meant to act as some bait, because the second thing this Mission Blam Burn script was going to do is this same exact thing, except to you instead. Yeah, it's a trap. If you make it past these blast doors before the doors close completely, the game gives you a really cool, unique death. But get this, it's not the only trap room they scripted. A little down the hall, there's a similar series of blast doors with a smoky pipe and yet another unlucky crewman. In this area behind the blast door, Bungie scripted another trap. In this case, Containment 1 trap, and it's just as cool. Guessing they just ran out of time to finish this proper, because it did take some work on my part to get it fully up and running. Next up, we have some more unused dialogue lines, this time from 1749. Halo CE version 1749 is a beta build from around 2 months before the final release. It's unfinished as all hell, but it does contain a lot of cool nuggets. Everything from encounters to models to dialogue, of which is what brings us to our favorite Australian Marine, Chips Dubbo.
Sir, the captain needs you on the bridge ASAP. Better follow me.
Captain Keyes is waiting for us, sir.
This is not the only variation of this dialogue that was recorded, however. In 1749, this dialogue line instead came from Mendoza.
Sir, the captain needs you on the bridge ASAP. Better follow me.
And then, rather strangely, later on, the second line would come from Fitzgerald.
Captain Keyes is waiting for us, sir.
I'm guessing other variations were recorded for this Marine as well, across all the different Marine voice actors. But unfortunately, I could only find these two in 1749, which don't even come from the same actor. Now I'd like to talk about Cortana for a second. As part of this initial dash...
Anybody else think the original Cortana was the hottest version that were younger? I know, it's so weird. Like, she barely even looked like an actual person. Barely even had an actual, like, person shape in the original. But for some reason, when I was younger, I found her very attractive in her, like, her Halo 1 classic. I thought she was very attractive then. I don't know why that was. But, yeah, young Rufus had a little bit of a crush on version 1 Cortana.
To the bridge, if you pay close attention to the intercom, you'll notice the occasional quip from Cortana.
Covenant boarding craft detected on port decks 4, 5, 7, 8, and 11.
What I found while researching this video is that there's a ridiculous amount of Cortana intercom dialogue that would randomly play during this segment, which is honestly surprising. This initial segment where you're making your way towards the bridge, it's really not that long. It's only around a minute or two's worth of rooms total. After making it to the bridge, you then get Cortana inserted into your skull, which means Captain Keyes then takes over the intercom. So all this flavor dialogue Cortana delivers over the intercom, you won't even hear the vast majority of it, unless you plan to stand around for a really long time, like 20 to 40 minutes. And I'm not kidding. I reckon this implies that this initial scramble to the bridge, it was originally going to be a much longer segment. Or maybe Bungie was just covering their bases and had Jen Taylor record a whole bunch of dialogue just in case they needed it. I'm not going to play every single one of Cortana's intercom dialogue because there's honestly just so much. But I'll have a link down below with all the voice lines extracted if you wanted to hear them all for yourself. Or you can just stand around and wait.
Ooh. One moment. Why not? There it is. Open link. I want to hear it. Give me a moment. Can I just play it? There. Can I play them? Oh, I'd have to download them. Oh, man. I don't want to download them. That'll cause bandwidth issues.
Hey, you can do that. And next up, we have the bridge, where Master Chief finally meets up with our favorite captain, and he gets that all too familiar voice in his head. For this cutscene, we do have an unused animation and some dialogue that was cut. First, the animation. After Cortana...
I could not tell you why young Rufus liked this Cortana. I couldn't. Makes no damn sense to me. No, makes no damn sense, but what can you do?
Anna explains that her subroutines will handle the ship's autopilot, and Keyes absolutely should not, under any circumstances, take manual control of the ship. Spoiler alert, he does anyway. It turns out Keyes has an unused animation here. He was originally supposed to nod along with Cortana's suggestion. Here's how it looks in context.
The Autumn will continue evasive maneuvers until you initiate a landing sequence. Not that you'll listen, but I'd suggest letting my subroutines handle the final approach.
Now for the cut dialogue. Back in the 1749 beta, this cutscene played out relatively the same. Definitely unfinished, but the bones are there. What's interesting about this version is the different dialogue takes. For example, here's the ones after getting hit by the antimatter charge.
Report!
Fire control for the main cannon is offline. Nothing of consequence hit us before the detonation. It must have been one of their boarding parties. I'd guess an antimatter charge.
Hull breach! Hull breach on decks 11 and 12!
Captain, the cannon was my last offensive option.
It's rather easy to tell why this version of the dialogue was changed. The delivery on these lines just falls so flat. I mean, just compare it to the final version.
Report!
It must have been one of their boarding parties. I'd guess an antimatter charge.
Ma'am!
That makes
fire
sense.
control
Yeah,
for
that
the main
makes
cannon
sense.
is offline!
Yeah, you can tell the difference. They're kind of flat. I'm wondering if those were sort of like testing, you know? Those lines were more test. Like they're getting their lines right before they like actually put more oomph into their voices. You do that, you know. You work on it before you actually get to the before you start like put it into work.
The cannon was my last offensive option.
Much more interesting. There's urgency, emotion. That's not all, though. We also have some cut lines at the end of the beta cutscene. Instead of Keyes saying, "Good luck, Master Chief," like he does in Retail, over in 1749, he instead says, "I'll see you on the surface." And then we have a somewhat brutal insult from Cortana after being inserted into Chief's head for the very first time. Instead of this line from Retail,
Your architecture isn't much different from the Autumn's.
She says this line.
Funny. I remember more empty space.
Now, as for what I restored here in particular, firstly, it didn't make sense to restore Cortana's lines from 1749 about the antimatter charge, because again, they just fell flat. However, there is one line here I can find a use for, in particular, this one.
Hull breach! Hull breach on decks 11 and 12!
I took this line and reused it for an upcoming section. As for the very end of this cutscene, I did restore the surface line. I'll see you on the surface. And also Cortana's insult.
Funny. I remember more empty space.
Don't get any funny ideas. Before moving on to our next epic thing, there is one more interesting bit about Keyes after the cutscene ends. As he's handing over that infamously unloaded pistol, there's cut scripting for having his pipe in his mouth while he does so, which is kind of charming, to be honest. And while we're on the topic of less than loaded pistols, this brings us to our next piece of cut content. So, in Retail, Keyes hands you that pistol and tells you it's unloaded.
Don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find ammo as you go.
But then you walk down the hall a little bit and, well, no, you see it's definitely loaded. It even has some bullets that were already fired from the chamber. Like, Keyes literally shot this fucking thing and then just forgot about it, apparently. Here's the thing, though. The awkwardness of this whole scene, it's because it wasn't originally scripted this way. Let's instead compare this to how you get the pistol in 1749. In this build, there is no pistol handoff. The cutscene just ends and that's it. Well, now the question is, how did we get a pistol in this build? Well, if you walk down that very same hallway, you'll instead see a crewman fighting off some grunts by the entrance. And that crewman is, of course, holding a pistol. And that's how you got your pistol in the beta build.
Sense.
No Schrodinger's pistol, no gaslighting, just yet another unlucky crewman. Everyone I've ever talked to about this is just as confused as I am as to why it was cut. It's a much more natural way to acquire your first weapon. For the restoration, I absolutely...
That makes sense. That makes way more sense than it just poofing into your hand.
Absolutely wanted to incorporate this very idea. So after Keyes hands you his pistol, it's now immediately equipped, and like he said, it is indeed unloaded. Then after giving him a fist bump,
What the hell are you doing?
and then walking down the hall towards the cafeteria,
When I was younger, I kind of got annoyed in this section. So I multiple times I killed Keyes. And every time I died, but like I distinctly remember actually lasting like a good 5 minutes straight one time before they actually managed to take me out. But you can't leave the area because you sort of get locked in after you kill Keyes so that they can take you out. But I managed to last at least a good 5 minutes before they actually managed to get my ass.
you'd see that very same crewman from the beta running out of the entrance hallway with those same grunts pursuing him. And after he once again meets his tragic end, he will then drop his very much loaded pistol on the ground, providing you with that much needed ammo. It's also here that I incorporated that unused hull breach dialogue.
Hull breach on decks 11 and 12!
Fit here rather nicely.
Yes.
Before moving on, I do have a couple more things to say about this bridge section. First, I want to talk about the intercom again. As I mentioned previously, once Cortana is in Chief's head, the intercom then switches over to Captain Keyes.
Reserve combat teams on decks 5 through 9.
Turns out there's a couple pieces of cut dialogue here.
All remaining combat teams, pull out and abandon ship. All hands, this is your captain. Any remaining personnel to the lifeboats immediately. Abandon ship.
That last one would probably be right at the end of the level.
I restored the first line to be played along with Keyes' other flavor intercom lines, but for the second, given how dark it is, I instead opted to have it play after moving past the cryo return section.
All hands, This is your captain. Any remaining personnel to the lifeboats immediately. Abandon ship. I repeat, abandon.
It's towards the end of the level, so it makes the most sense here given how the Covenant have practically taken over at this point.
Yeah, the Covenant
And finally,
are like,
for this
literally there in
section,
the
while
trial
not
room.
cut content, it's still something I want to mention. And that is the Meg Easter egg. Behind 2 locked doors in the bridge lies a hidden room. There's nothing particularly special about this room at first glance, that is, until you look up at the ceiling. You'll see an M spelled out with bullet holes surrounded by blood that I guess is supposed to be in the shape of a heart? You can kinda see it if you squint your eyes. This Easter egg was placed here by the developer Jamie Grieschmer as a gift for his girlfriend at the time. Here's how to find it. First, start up the level on legendary difficulty, then immediately turn around and jump on top of these barrels in the back of the cryo chamber. You'll have to stay on top of these barrels for around 10 seconds. Then simply go to the bridge as you normally would. After getting your trusty pistol, walk back and shoot Captain Keyes in the face.
What the hell are you doing?
Upon doing so, the first of the 2 locked doors in the bridge will then open, revealing an unkillable squad of very upset Marines. Now make your way towards the room they came from. If you did all the prior steps correctly, this second locked door will instead be open. And this is the secret Meg room. Just check out the ceiling and you'll find the Easter egg. Apparently this was intentionally convoluted. It was only found because Jamie started leaving hints on old forum boards. And now we press on all...
I didn't know that existed. I might try and do that at some point.
The way to the lifeboat section. This is where we see a few of them fire off into space, unfortunately without us on them.
Like, literally one of my most favorite scenes in the entire game.
Probably for the best. It's here where we have yet another piece of cut dialogue.
We just lost a life pod. Maybe it's just as well that we missed that one.
Can't argue with that. I couldn't find a good place in this immediate area to actually play this unused line. It's already quite busy with all the other dialogue.
They're destroying the life pods. They really don't want us on that ring.
Probably why it was cut to begin with. So I instead had this line play much earlier as part of Cortana's other flavor dialogue. In particular, the hallway after you encounter your first airlock.
We just lost a life pod. Maybe it's just as well that we missed that one.
I found this to be a pretty good spot. Next up for this lifeboat section, we have an unused room. Walking down the hall past the windows, you come face to face with a locked door. The intention is for you to instead turn left and walk down to the actual lifeboats instead. Except in the 1749 beta, this wasn't exactly the case. This door was instead open, and there'd even be some grunts waiting around behind it. There's no actual point to this, however. This hallway is just a dead end. For the restoration, I didn't want to just copy and paste this exact setup. There's no payoff, no reason for going this way. I wanted to combine this room with another 1749 cut concept to create something a little fun. So I added a shotgun. Yeah, so in 1749, the shotgun appears much earlier than it does in the final build. It was instead the flamethrower that was going to be introduced in 343 Guilty Spark, not the shotgun. When the flamethrower was cut, the shotgun simply took its place and was removed from the earlier levels.
I've
been consistently surprised by how well the shotgun works as a weapon in the early game, which makes sense. It was the original intention. Combining this early game shotgun with the cut room full of grunts leads to this scene. Down the hallway by the now unlocked door, you'll see a couple grunts huddled over one of our fallen Marine allies. And that Marine is holding a shotgun. You're about halfway through the level at this point, so giving you a shiny new toy works wonderfully. Next up for this section, I want to highlight another subtle dialogue difference from 1749. After making your way down the hall with the lifeboats, the door starts closing behind you.
Warning, blast doors closing. We have to use the ship's maintenance access ways. Follow the nav point, it will lead you to an opening.
This is the retail version of Cortana's dialogue. However, the 1749 version is slightly different.
Warning, blast doors closing. We have to use the ship's maintenance access ways. Head here.
I assume they changed it because they wanted to make sure the nav point system was specifically highlighted for the player. And now, I'm going to drag you, kicking and screaming, into the void. And that's because there's some random shit floating around out here. In particular, another lifeboat door. Very interesting. I'm guessing this hints that the hallway here was originally going to be much longer, and instead of some wall here, it'd be some window or partially closed door where all you can really do is look onwards before heading to the maintenance tunnels. I am planning to extend this at some point soon for the restoration, along with some fun stuff for Truth and Reconciliation, so coming soon. And finally, for this section, we have the motion sensor tutorial. In retail, after heading into the maintenance tunnels, if you're on easy or normal, you get a little how-to on a brand new tool.
I'm detecting Covenant movement outside the access ways. Activating motion tracker. Let's find a safe exit.
This tutorial, though, honestly, it isn't that good. There's 3 exits you can see in this tunnel, 2 of which are locked up tight, and the correct one you can see all the way down the hall. You can tell because it's green. How this section is supposed to work is you walk up to each of these doors, and Cortana gives you some dialogue on whether it's safe or not.
They're right on top of us. Let's find another way through.
The idea here is to use the motion sensor to figure out which exit has no enemies near it.
We're too close. We need to find another route.
But this has always struck me as extremely janky.
Motion tracker shows all clear.
In fact, most players probably just beeline towards the big glowing green door and don't really engage with any of this. Hell, most of you probably didn't even know you could walk up to the locked doors and get some dialogue. I sure as hell didn't. The reason this section is so...
I did it before. I did do it before.
Weird and confusing is because it wasn't originally scripted this way. First off, the motion sensor itself was supposed to blink, presumably to clue you in that it's useful for this section. I'm guessing this was cut because the blinking frankly doesn't look very good and is just too distracting. Secondly, all the doors in the tunnel were supposed to be locked, even the one you're supposed to go through. This was the case in the 1749 beta. You had to actually walk up to the safe door in order for it to then open. However, this was likely extremely confusing. A locked door is a locked door. Why would you ever assume otherwise? But for the restoration, this was easily fixed by just placing some nav markers over the locked doors. This hopefully prompts the player that they have to walk up to them and investigate. Regardless, even with these changes, I still don't think this is a particularly good tutorial for what is probably the most useful tool at your disposal. I just think it ultimately misses the mark, unfortunately.
Oh, you see this, look at this. Know how I talked about in the original version of Halo? There's a couple of like messed up doors that you have to bash open. Well, this is one of them, and it was unfortunately cut out in the new version.
Now let's move on to our final pieces of this cut content puzzle, the ending. First, let's talk about enemies. One of the very last encounters in the game, Containment 3 Ante, contains a squad called Jackal 3. However, despite this interesting name, it's set to just spawn some grunts instead. In other words, they were originally jackals, but they changed it to grunts at some point in development, which I suspect was done because they wanted the next level Halo to be the one to introduce this new enemy type and leave the Pillar of Autumn as a simpler, more stripped down tutorial level. And finally, I have a small piece of the ending cutscene to show you. This is the one where Chief throws a Marine onto the life pod and there's explosions and it's all cool and Keyes didn't listen to Cortana. Anyway, this final cutscene has a cut camera angle that I kinda like. In retail, after shooting out of the ship, the camera pans with the lifeboat, but always staying in front of it. The cut camera angle, however, pans to the side. It's a simple thing, but I don't know, I kinda like it.
I like that too. That's really good.
That's the cut content in the Pillar of Autumn. And man, was it fun to dig into this one. It wasn't quite as grandiose as levels like 2 Betrayals, but the smaller scale felt more personal here. The cutscenes, the dialogue, the cool Easter eggs littered throughout. In a lot of ways, it's more fun to see. As a reminder, everything I just showed you is fully playable on both the Steam Workshop and also up on Nexus Mods if you prefer to make your own avocado toast. I'll have the links in the description and also in a pinned comment below for your convenience. I'd also like to announce that I've officially launched a Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel further, I have uploaded...
I like that. This is Nervy Destroyer, by the way. Check him out. Apparently he's doing his own... He's literally modding to get the game in order to add in like cut content and like splice stuff together that'd make it even more interesting. They'd cut out. That's so awesome. That's awesome. Dude, so cool. That's great. Check him out. Check out Nervy Destroyer. Man, that was good. That is good, dude. Flintstone, I didn't know if Flintstones had a theme park? Okay, Flintstones or Dark Souls. Because both of these pictures actually really attract me. Okay? Think about it. Gotta think about it. Oh, I didn't get a DUI. Let me rephrase this. Let me phrase this. I did not get a DUI. That was literally an attractive text. It was literally like a pull for someone to click on the channel or click on the video, the stream. It was not. If you okay, let me check. Let me see. One moment. Let me go real quick. Let me. Here's the live panel. It says your brother got a DUI. It did not say I got a DUI. I am not my brother. It says your brother got a DUI. That is not pointing to me. It is also not. It is also like it. It is meant to be a hook. It's basically something that's like, your brother got a DUI. What? I have to check this out. So it's meant to make you click on the stream. Okay. I know that's a little clickbaity, but like, what else am I gonna put as my text? That's also sort of why there's literally like a just chatting thing next to it too. So like, it's less me talking about anybody that actually got a DUI and more it's literally just a hook. It's a quote unquote hook to get people to come and check the stream out. I did not get a DUI. I do not own a car. I never used a car. You know what I have used before? I've used my mother's side-by-side, going down literally less than a block away from my mother's house while she was in the cart with me. It's basically a golf cart, one of them bigger golf carts called side-by-side. And they have like a little Dollar General next to their place, and every so rare often when I am down there, I might like get the chance to be able to drive the thing over to that Dollar General and back. That's a rare thing. No, you do not need a driver's license to drive a side-by-side. Because it fits in that sort of range of like electric bicycles, you know, or mopeds. For sure, you don't need a license for one of them basic mopeds. But yeah, it is not me. I did not get a DUI. I do not have a driver's license, and I have never actually driven a legitimate vehicle ever, because I'm smart. Smart like that. I'm not dumb. I am not dumb. I know. I follow the law. So there's your little bit of clarifying info. Okay, so back to this. Which do I choose? Flintstones theme park or Soccer Bosses? Screw it, I'll do
Today's tale begins here at Bedrock City at the old Flintstones theme park.
There was a Flintstones
very
theme
rocky
park.
day.
Huh.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Nick Massacre. I've arrived to Bedrock.
It sounds pointless to me. What would
Rock City, probably about 30 minutes away from Williams, Arizona, where my hotel is located.
Arizona.
Here at the old Flintstones theme park. Now, this place was said to be torn down a few years ago. Thankfully, it was not, and it was saved. It is now known as Raptor Ranch. I'm really excited to go inside. I haven't been in here probably over 10 years. Gonna go inside and see what's new and enjoy the Flintstones theme park area and everything else they have here at Raptor Ranch. It's a very windy day, but nonetheless, let's head inside and have ourselves a Flintstones type of day. Let the tale begin. I love the sign that you see right off of Route 66. You can see the old Flintstones Yabba Dabba Doo means welcome to you. And then Fred Flintstone, they also got a vehicle you can stand on and take pictures with. Over there to my right, they have an RV campground.
Probably not stand
Also,
on, but stand next.
This is a Flintstones RV, I guess. Little Flintstones trailer.
That's kind of interesting.
Going to be seeing a lot of these rock-made vehicles today.
I don't imagine that's actual, like, real rock.
This is awesome. And here it is, Raptor Ranch, Bedrock Prehistoric Park, and Fred's Diner and Market. Didn't know they had that. So they got a place to eat now, snacks, ice cream. Got a whole Bedrock City little plaza inside.
That's cool.
It's been a while. All right, they have a whole gift shop when you enter. I'll go ahead and look around once I'm done with the park, but
it looks like a basic.
See what they have.
It looks like a basic parking lot, like convenience store. It looks like a gas station convenience store. I mean, a gas station. Yeah.
All right, the entry fee is $10, and 3 and under are free. So $10 to enter the park. Bedrock City, Arizona.
Oh, it's different on the other side of it.
Zevo is 5 times more attractive to flies.
There's more people there than I thought there'd be.
To kill 99.9%
Also
of bugs
ads.
trapped, with no odor and no mess.
Whatever. All that about let it go through.
Autodesk Fusion for Manufacturing integrates design, documentation, machining, additive,
like
and
everybody's got to earn their
All right, as soon as you enter, over here to the left, they have a little fountain. Of course, they got a little T-Rex there. Little Flintstones car. It says, do not climb. I could imagine a lot of kids love to climb on the T-Rex.
I imagine they love climbing on the T-Rex.
It's probably the size of a raptor. He's definitely a T-Rex. It's a little walkthrough area.
I imagine this is really just for you to take your little kids, okay? This is really just to take your little kids. There aren't gonna be many things in this place for the adults to enjoy, except for the gas station booze.
They changed this a lot. This is all like new gravel. When I was here last time, probably about 10 years ago, it was all dirt roads. There was no gravel. There was no path. There was definitely no fountain.
Makes sense.
And I don't remember
literally
a little nice area for animals. I remember the goats just kind of running around.
Like,
I guess some of the birds you might catch while around the area.
You mean
They also have some fossil digging. Got a little broken brush here. That'll be fun. Kids would love to do that.
Kids. But they probably don't really.
Over here they got a raptor statue.
Cover that very often.
Also, do not climb. It's a cool little photo op. And then over here to the left, they got the Gotosauruses. That's what they.
Where do you get a camera so high quality? Where do you get a camera this good? I want to know. Like, how much did he pay for that camera? 2160p? Man. That's good. That's a good quality camera there, dude. Like, wow. That's impressive.
They call it. I guess it's the goat area where you can actually go see the goats. I love goats. They're so funny.
Gotosaurus.
They're very active and love to climb and run on walls. There you go. Feed the Gotosauruses.
Yeah, they're probably not out of their building that's really hot.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. I gotta buy some food. You want some food, buddy?
Cute.
You are cute.
Yeah,
you
really cute.
All right, doing a little walking around, trying to find out where to get this guy some food. I'm sure there's like a little machine. Would you like some food, buddy? What are you doing in there? Oh, there's 2 of you. You guys are just talking. Ignoring me because I don't have food. All right, I'll be back with some food. That is pretty cool though. Oh, get the Gotosaurus's food inside from the cashier. I'll go get some food right now. You're hungry, huh? All you care about is food. I have nothing. Oh, so yeah, you don't care. All right, I'll be back with some.
It's still so cute. I can't help it. Goats are some of the most annoying creatures on the planet, and despite that, they're still so cute.
Got some food for the goat. Oh gosh, licking my hand. They're cute though. And this one allows me to
wash
pet
that
it.
hand now, though.
He's cute. You hear him like burping. That's cute. They get to feed the goats. It's pretty cool. Okay, over here we have some llama. I think it's llama and a sheep. They're also expecting me to have food. It looks like you got food. No food right now.
Yeah, probably smells
You're
it
cute
on
though.
you,
You
though.
like to be pet. Not really.
How often does that sheep get
Oh
shorn?
wow, look at this. They have a real life owl.
One
Beautiful.
owl.
He is definitely not having it. It's too early for you, huh? Are you a night owl? I'm gonna assume so.
Imagine so.
You're beautiful
Really
though.
does not want anything to do with you.
Oh yeah, he's definitely not having it. Here's the Bedrock City gas station. You can see the Dino gasoline. Flats fixed. Pebbles and Bam Bam are fragile. Do not climb on them, thanks. Looks like Bam Bam's got his arm amputated.
Oh, yeah, someone took Bam Bam's arm off.
That's very cool though. These are really old.
Like I said, it got
Over
damaged.
here.
But what can you do about what your
cashier.
kids do?
CR brake specialist. He's got his foot obviously stopping the tubeless Goodyear tire. And then over here you got the Dino Supreme Oil. Take a look at the cashier. This has been here for a very long time.
It looks like it's been there for a very long time.
You got the tow
It's
truck,
old as
rock
hell.
bottom towing. This place is pretty big. You got the post office over there, which I'll head over there in a bit. I know the hotel is somewhere there. And now they have this new area where they have these bikes, these like 3-wheel bikes. And they're allowing kids to run around and drive them.
I imagine
That's pretty
that
cool.
costs extra.
Look at that, kid just came out of the volcano. It's kind of like a little racetrack.
I wouldn't imagine it would
Oh,
be
yeah,
very
kids
fun as
definitely
a
love this.
racetrack. You don't have
It's
a lot
called
of
the
space
Volcano
there.
Raceway. Yeah, that wasn't here last time I was here. They've also added this like maroon colored gravel. Because last time I was here, like I mentioned earlier, it was completely all just dirt. Just like dirt kicking up everywhere. And it was very messy.
Which would make sense.
And now it's a lot more cleaner.
Because it's literally out
Looks
in the
way
middle
nicer.
of nowhere. In middle of nowhere in Arizona, basically. Like, they're going to be... It makes sense for there to be a lot of dirt out there because it's like... Why bother? My grandpa lived just on the outskirts of our little hometown, and like we just had gravel roads, and it'd kick up dirt all the time. Anytime anybody did come taking that road instead of the main highway.
So it definitely got a little rehaul. Now this little hut is the Bedrock telephone. Let's see if the operator's there. Yeah, she's right there. Wireless shell phone. The latest Stone Age tech. You can see she's kind of pulling in the plugs there. This is the local calls. 3 clamps. I wonder if you could take this out. You can. That is so funny. Please hang up the phone when not in use.
Say hello to Sara Lee Half Loaves. Half the loaf, all the love.
So I'm at this race in Miami, and I see this guy near me who looks familiar. Then I'm at the Garden in New York at a basketball.
And this dial does turn. And of course, every city has to have a post office. This one's local, UPS, and airmail. First empty post office I've ever seen. Usually when you go to the post office, it's super crowded. Yeah, very empty.
Play place.
Oh, you got the little Triceratops, I guess. About to take
It
out the
looks
mail.
like it used to be maybe like an actual thing for you to
And then
get
this
like
one looks like
stamps or
the
something.
incoming mail. So you want to do some air mail? You drop it off right here at this Angry Bird. Almost looks like a jail. Maybe that's why he's upset. It's a pretty big post office. Right across the way is the grocery market.
Imagine someone actually might have used to like actually be there to like give you stamps, sell you stamps and stuff, you know. Could be wrong about that, but like I really do feel like maybe at some point they could have like told you maybe little things like custom stamps for the shop, maybe little toys for the kids, maybe like some merchandise like bags or pins.
Looks like they have some kind of meat turning up here. Oh, you can actually turn it. Let me see if it works. Above the fire there. Oh yeah. Looks like they stuffed it for sure. Because you could hear some stuff in there. Let's see what the market looks like on the inside.
Completely empty.
Rock fruit, fresh dino eggs.
They make it to where you can't take them out of the
Looks
box.
like a little Yoshi. Here they're advertising schlump. I guess it's apparently a dino's favorite. The ingredients are chopped up pterodactyl livers, tenderized crocodile ribs, saber-toothed tiger giblets, dried turtle egg yolks, and sea serpent fillets. That's what's inside the schlump. He looks happy. He might have gotten some a little while ago. And then today's special, cactus juice. You can see the little nozzle there. I guess it all sold out. Early bird gets the cactus juice today. The mammoth milk. Not cow milk, but mammoth milk. Fresh seafood. Tyrannosaurus, Crabosaurus, and the Clamosaurus. I'm wondering which one's which. Check out these giant meats. This one here.
Alright, I'm bored. Again. Like, it was fascinating for the first bit, but now, this is... The hell is that? Cursive script? Nick Massacre? Nick X Massacre. I think. Yeah. Check him out. That wasn't that bad. I just left a like so that like I usually, the way I see it is like if you're watching more than a couple of seconds, just like the button because it's probably not going to be terrible. So just like it. It's the philosophy I got going on for it. Oh, and there's still music going on in the background too. In the background of the stream. That's good. That's good. Why does it look like my looks like for some reason my stream latencies, like my stream's buffering has been like had a slight issue, frame issue for some reason. I don't know why it did. Oh, it's probably it's because I have this at too high a quality. Set it 4K. Let's drop it to 2K. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, it's probably not doing great with the 4K quality. Okay, let's see. Let's skip out. Let us skip out of that. Is Canada okay? No, I don't think Canada is okay at all. I am glad I don't live in Canada. They seem to be having issues. Oh, that gator's not having a good time. Alice, I remember watching. What was their name? What were they called? It was. Shoot, it was so long ago. There's this one walkthrough channel that I really liked watching. Oh, it was called Mahalo Games. Mahalo Game. Look at this, Mahalo. Wait, are they back? No, they're not. Oh my god. I remember this channel. Like this, oddly enough,
1865.
This Alice reminds me of this Mahalo Games. My god, I remember. I loved this channel. I loved this channel, dude. Look at this. Look at all the games they play. Saints Row. Their last video was 11 years ago. Dude. I still remember Hollow Games, Alice in Wonderland. I remembered they used to do this thing. There's this thing they did and it was really interesting.
Welcome back to Wonderland. This is an educational walkthrough for Alice. Madness Returns. For more videos in the series, visit mahalo.com/madnessreturnswt and tweet us your requests to @videogames.
Do this, like, I didn't realize that. Looking back on it, I didn't really know what I thought this was cool. Turns out it was just a blank PNG with the mouth cut out. Realized that. I didn't realize that back then because, like, I was a young little whippersnapper. So, like, I just thought it was really cool. Okay. Looking back on it, like, but it's still so nostalgic. Like,
Very upsetting journey, but I'm rid of Pris, or whatever she's become.
damn, it was just straight up set at 720. Wow. But yeah, it's nostalgic.
Lewis Carroll writes Alice in Wonderland, which becomes an instant hit. Next up, the sequel Alice Through the Looking Glass drops, and then nearly 100 film adaptations, about 36 video games, and that is not even counting the spin-offs like today's game, 2000's American McGee's Alice.
Wonderland's become quite strange.
Timestamps are listed below if you want to head straight to the playthrough or the review.
Apparently there was the first game. Did not know that. There was 2 games. There was also a planned third, but they canceled the third apparently.
Otherwise, let's start with who or what an American McGee is.
Mr. American McGee, Electronic Arts Creative Director.
That begins in the early 90s when McGee joined id Tech in a support role before getting his hands on some developmental duties, while still telling John Carmack and John Romero,
have you tried turning it off and on again?
It's that photo, hanging around Doom's gifted gathering hole. Ooh, that sounds awful. Expert Epicenter, Nerd Nexus. Well, it must have rubbed off on McGee because soon he was designing levels for Doom 2, then Quake, and Quake 2, before he was fired from id Tech.
$10 for a large.
$10 for any 3 toppings.
$10 for your choice of hot crust. Only at Pizza
You don't sound drunk, so I say tipsy.
Since
because,
the
like,
accident,
I mean, it's close enough to, like, it starts kind of messing with you.
In his words, we had a difference of opinion, or several, so I left. On this, there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down.
Please don't dawdle, Alice. We're very late indeed.
Anyone from id Tech at this point was hot shit, so McGee was snapped up by EA where he pitched the concept of Alice as an original take following Through the Looking Glass, with Alice being around 18 years old and struggling in a deep dark world. And I mean really dark. Taking all that Doom, Quake action mastery and warping it with his own imagination, now given more creative freedom by EA and possibly injecting some of his own
I actually kind of want to play the first game now that I think about it. I like look back now that I only played a little bit through the second game because, like, I was interested in it after Mahalo Games played it, but, like, I only played it on, like, one of the versions of Xbox, I think. Can't remember. That was a while ago. Damn. But like, I kind of want to play the first one now.
So we have EA Publishing and Rogue Entertainment developing, who had created Strife, which I've heard great things about but never played.
Played neither. Never heard of it, actually.
And several Quake 2 mission packs, very handy because Alice is built on a modified Quake 3 engine, the same used as on Heavy Metal Fact 2.
Oh, hi, Julie.
American McGee's Alice. That title was EA's choice. McGee himself was against his name being front and center, but EA insisted. It took about a year and a half to complete, costing $3 million dues and serious crunch time at the end.
$3 million.
I'm talking employees sleeping in the office on the ground and working 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. A PlayStation 2 version was planned from the start but scrapped right at the end by EA, which peeved McGee off and led to Rogue being disbanded. Late 2000.
Really? I think they'd earn a lot of money. They'd earn lots of. They'd have earned. They'd earn buckets. They'd earn. They. You don't even understand the sheer amount of money the PS2 market had back then. Like the sheer amount of pull, attention that the PlayStation PS2 got back in those days. Choo.
And McGee.
Like crazy amounts of money.
McGee's Alice released alongside Pokemon Crystal, Razor Freestyle Scooting, Project IGI, and...
Hello there.
It is also abandonware. There's a complete collection which existed online last in 2020 maybe. Dodgy key sites, otherwise you need the physical disc. On that note, set your mood to stylish gothic melancholy. Grab some kind of potion beverage and let's head on back to foggy old London town.
Hello.
This guy's humor. Playthrough.
This is the downloadable version that came with the sequel game Alice Returns in 2011. Something of a remaster with updated textures and widescreen.
Wake up, Dormy! It's time for the tea party!
Sinister strings and voices waft from the pages as the camera swoops over Alice and her book.
Oh dear!
The game jumps to Alice's misery and misfortune very quickly as she's the only survivor from her house fire.
Poor dear. After all these years, maybe that old rabbit will bring her around.
Before she's sent to Rutledge Asylum, left with nothing to do but escape into her own mind, rotting with guilt and the warped wonderland. With this tone, fart noises won't come easy. For now, our goal will be to chase the rabbit, who declared us the returning savior of Wonderland. But first, let's greet our old furry friend.
You've gone quite mangy, Cat, but your grin's a comfort.
And you've picked up a bit of an attitude.
Susie Bran and Roger Jackson doing some fine voice work here.
As knowing where you're going is preferable to being lost, ask. Rabbit knows a thing or two, and I myself don't need a weather vane to tell which way the wind blows.
Jackson, who you might know as...
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at. Let your need guide your behavior.
Yeah, the voice. Let's get to grips with the game. UI is basic and does the job as it should. We have our red health and our blue mana or willpower. No weapons yet to use that. We're getting little tutorials or chats every few feet describing stuff.
Is there no joy here?
Slavery and happiness do not lie in the same house.
Wonderland is anything but, seems to have fallen apart while Alice was away. Again,
yeah, it looks
slavery
like
and misery everywhere.
Defiance is
horrible
useless.
Place.
While the Queen reigns, only death can release us from this misery.
All enhanced with Brummy accents.
Sharon! This is a joke!
Wait! Come on.
Stranger, the Red Queen's agents are ruthless.
And murmurs of the Red Queen.
Ozzy Osbourne. That was Ozzy Osbourne, if you didn't know. Sharon! It sucks that Ozzy that Ozzy trying to find a good word to use. It sucks that Ozzy ended up going rampant. Though he was such an amazing singer. Honestly, everybody, what the hell am I talking about? Everybody loved his music. I didn't really like his music until I was older. Like, I didn't like him much in my early years or even in my teenage years much. It wasn't until I started moving, once I moved into my apartment, that I actually, like, had the emotional stability to actually appreciate his music. And he was already sort of old and decrepit by then.
Little early for this, but straight away you can't help but stop and soak in that style. Just every nook and cranny has something going on or parts moving. It's all just very off. Intentionally and fantastically. This isn't a walking simulator though. Here's our first weapon, a dagger.
Dagger. God, you're hideous.
Yup, green slurpy goo hurts. Everyone talks in riddles, no surprise there as we...
told us a champion.
Will you shut up for 1 second? Yeah, tons of stop-starting as Alice is caught up on things this side of her psyche. Let me get a good look at our first Queen's Guard. Could please stop moving? Could you... Fine. Jibs and gore. This won't be killing floor gore or soldier of fortune, but you occasionally get some real satisfying combat finales. And right click throws our dagger. Pretty good basic weapon impressions.
Hanging ropes are as good as step ladders to those who know how to use them.
Pressing C gives you dedicated Cheshire helpline, a cat line if you will. Honestly, it's rarely that helpful, but I'm happy with this little critter showing up. Quick saves? Yeah, I've heard of these in games. I probably won't use it.
I wish to get very small. No bigger than a mouse.
So this guy...
And I smoke too much, you see.
This is the mayor.
I just grown old. Oh, yes.
Gives Alice our first quest, grab a stolen key. What a fast and depressing ending. What have we here? Playing cards?
52 pickup is a staple of juvenile humor.
Oh, yes.
Alice's second weapon, and from now on they all resemble twisted toys in some way, children's favorites from time sharpened at the edges.
It's like it's basically her.
With a homing effect as well. For now, very powerful, but your mana is gone in a flash.
It's basically her first spell.
Very resourceful. Rabbit's confidence is not misplaced.
Super easy so far, great voice acting from the locals. Look at this guy having the time of his life. Shit, I quick loaded.
Time to raise some havoc. The dogs of war are loose.
Alice, you alright? Oh. These are temporary boosts around, and just like every playthrough of mine, I never time them right. Rage mode here gives Alice an awesome makeover and increases damage.
Oh, wow. You dancing fool! Basically turns her into a demon.
The proper order of things is often a mystery to me. You too?
Did he say Mr. E YouTube?
That background like stirs the hell out of me.
Found this online, so take it with a pinch of salt.
Vortex
McGee heard Wonder in the song by Trip Like I Do by the Crystal Method on the radio, which reminded him of Wonderland, and the game was set in motion from there. I don't know how true that is. You gotta start from somewhere, right? Speaking of music, the simple score is unsettling and great.
That swirling vortex creeps me the hell out. I don't like it. Ew. I debated on getting one of these too. I looked it up and they were also exorbitantly expensive.
The visuals really take center stage a lot. More recently, you can see how this easily could have inspired games like Amid Evil. It's like Alice's mind is creating this world on the fly, the skyboxes even. Oh! Full damage. So far, it's wander into a new arena and figure out how to platform, puzzle, or fight your way to the door out. On that note, into the Fortress of Doors and back to school. Ow! Oh God! Kinda got those Citizen Kabuto eyes going on. You okay there, little man? Seems good. Billy club, croquet mallet. This will be our bread and butter weapon going forward until we get later upgrades. Melee is fine, hammer away, or right click to whack the ball at enemies, very willpower efficient. What? You again? For platforming, we have these little feetsies icon we can place with our mouse. Kind of helps judging jumps. Here in school, Alice searches around for the mayor, who sends us to get ingredients so we can make a shrinking potion.
Steps to enlightenment brighten the way, but the steps are steep.
The game is definitely following similar beats to the famous original story, but this isn't just member berries, instead bringing back elements and, you know, I keep saying this, but twisting them. Alice is older now and dealing with new demons.
Ah, the diabolical dice.
Diabolical dice. Building up our warped weaponry fast now. Heavenly window of Master. Oh, summons. Master. Master. Oh, Master. Oh.
That's an imp from Oblivion. Where's the imps in Oblivion based off that? Doesn't it look like the imps? Imp Oblivion. Doesn't it look like the imps from Oblivion? Look. Look. They're the same damn thing. Look at it. Almost identical. Wow.
Oh, I love my demon baby boy. Wrong way.
I'm just joking, by the way. I'm pretty sure they're the same imp.
School. I don't have to put on a pinny, do I?
Pinny.
Ah, pinafore. So yeah, I just did everything out of order. Cool, won't be the first time I do this. Annoying, sure. I have a terrible sense of direction, but the world of Wonderland sure is fun to explore.
You see, we're set. Bring back some poppy blooms and we'll mix up the potion.
Ah, shite. Hi again. Just let me. Forgot this. Don't mind me. All of our weapons have secondary effects. A shotgun blast of a deck of cards. Little slow and maybe not quite as impactful as that sounds. You ran? Peer through the looking glass, telescope. Drink the shrink drink and hop on in after Mr. Bunny. Oh, you're not a rock. Nothing is what it seems outdoors on our way to the mushroom forest.
What the hell?
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Do I talk about the platforming now? There is so much more than I remember there being. Is it frustrating, kinda floaty? Yes. Will I get better? No. Will I get worse? Yes. We have ants now. Friendly? Don't seem to be attacking with your ant guns. Okay, well.
What's all this then? Did someone die? Have you lost your family? Stop that wailing, won't you? Tragic, I'm sure, but I'm a bit pressed for time. Have you seen a rabbit?
I'm also guessing there should be a character here. Put a pin in that for later, because right now it's all gone Honey, I Shrunk the Victorian as we float on leaves and struggle with controls. Dealing with more ant-men, fantastic designs, almost continental army. But the fish, brr. Yeah, the water is home to fish and they will kill you very quickly. There's big fish too.
Oh, wow. I'm actually kind of horrified.
No, not them. Them. Righto, master. No surprise the water melee combat is awful. rough and I'm gonna struggle a lot with water sections in this game. Moving around is tedious and grabbing ledges or bouncing out is so annoying.
This is Mr. E. Makeen. I'm literally losing steam here. Like, I am losing brain cells. Like, I'm kind of getting, like, I am getting, oh, tired. I am getting tired. Mortuary system matches the peripheral scare. Nah. I made Eustace, but he looks way too real. No, thank you. Oh, thank you. I was lied to because Resident Evil is actually good.
Still staying up late,
Personally,
gaming
Resident Evil
solo?
3 was
With
kind of mid
Hacko
to me.
AI,
It wasn't
get
terrible,
the
but
ultimate companion for your playtime.
So about a month ago, Resident Evil Requiem came out and the hype around this game has been insane. The reviews have been really good. The user ratings are like some of the highest in history, and people are just generally saying that this has a good chance to win Game of the Year. And honestly, I feel like I'm missing out. But the problem is I can't just go play that.
I say I doubt that because all the game awards are biased assholes. Literally everybody knows what the biggest game would be, and they choose some like nobody that like literally made like a fucking potato game.
Game and pretend like I'm a Resident Evil fan, because the only one I've ever played is Resident Evil 2. So today we're going all the way back to Resident Evil 3. From what I understand, this game is the complete opposite of what Requiem is. People do not like this game. I've seen a lot of people say this game's bad. I honestly have no idea why they consider this bad, and I honestly don't care, because I want to try it for myself. Now listen, I don't know if this is supposed to be one of the super scary games, but
not really.
Is this real footage?
This pandemic has spread faster than any disease in modern history.
Okay, all right. I don't do well with horror games. I haven't really finished any of them on the channel, but if I want to play Requiem, we're finishing this one. It's time to be a man. It's time. Damn up.
Damn.
What in the hell is that? Oh my god.
That is.
Oh my god, that's the thing that's gonna chase us around, huh? Resident Evil 3. Okay. Ooh. I'm awake. And you sleep in the middle of the day like that?
Oh, this is a full-on gameplay. No, thank you. Thank you. Kind of interested, but once I realized it was gonna be like an hour and a half, I'm like, Departure from Disney. Secret of Nim. Zelda where everything went wrong. And Iron Lung, but it's actually a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Vader and Bach. Trying to find something. Yeah, I'm trying to find something. Screw it. Let's go on to Twitter and see if there's anything interesting going on there. Ooh, this looks good. Ooh, this looks awesome. I'd want to play this. I'd want to play this. It's by Puppet Combo. Ooh. There's no audio. The audio. That's awesome. And $108 a month on traditional life insurance. Don't protect my family. Get $1 million coverage for $50 a month with ethos. That sounds like a scam. How about no? This sounds like the worst idea ever. Silver butter. Sounds like it'd turn your mouth gray. Okay. Who deserves to sit on the chair? Jelly is not available. Peanut butter and why? I've done that before. I just like it's not the worst thing in the world. And booze, beer barrel, belly, muffin top. Already put in. Oh, stuff. John Wick. Either red velvet or carrot cake. I'm not sure which I'd prefer. Oh, which one are you throwing out? Double chocolate cake. It's way too rich. I actually like coconut cake, oddly enough. I was raised off of coconut food. Off of like all sorts of different coconut desserts. Yeah, you can kind of tell I'm a fat ass with how many of these like food, like Twitter posts there are that I get on my Twitter timeline. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a 30-year-old man has no business playing Dutton. Fuck you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but no one have a right to tell me or we should be. I agree. Makers of Buckshot Roulette. Our new game, Machine Party, is a collection of violent party games for 2 to 4 players. Ooh, this looks so good. Ooh, this looks so good. So good. Awesome. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Fusion Frenzy. That's what this reminds me of. Here. Might have already referenced this in a previous stream, but I can't remember. But here, this is what I'm talking about. This is from the early Xbox era. Fusion Frenzy. It was literally basically basically it's very similar. Play four players go up against each other in little mini games like this. I only ever played the demo though. I never actually played the full game. I wanted to I wanted so hard to be able to play the full game with my siblings. Halloween party. Ooh. Ooh. This looks so good. I'm gonna want to play that. I'm gonna want to play that. I'll be honest, I wouldn't care too much for this. Starbucks is overrated, guys. Don't roast me for that, but like seriously, Starbucks is overrated. Like people are literally starting to people and their kids are developing a very bad addiction to Starbucks. I don't know why you give your really young kids Starbucks in the first place, because this is literally like 3 days worth of calories. Now I could say like, I say that despite like being a fan of eating ice cream myself, but this is more than just ice cream. This is like literally 3 days of eating nothing but ice cream in 1 cup. I'm not kidding. Like, I only drink the little like gas station bottles of like Starbucks Frappuccino. And even then, only on a really rare day. I do not drink them very often at all because they are bad for you. Very bad. Well, I say that, but like, no, but because Starbucks, like Starbucks deliberately makes their stuff as bad for you as possible. So like, I'll literally only buy like 1 or 2 of those bottles of them. They still taste really damn good, which is why I get them. But it's just a really rare thing. I don't get them. You're better off just drinking sweet coffee with creamer in it or something, or tea. What was that?
Hours that went into making it happen. I spent countless
it's
hours.
An ad. It's an. Oh wait, yeah, it's an ad. It's an ad. I'm not gonna bother waiting on that ad. Oh, thank you. There's blood in the water. Jason Statham stars in Mutiny. No, thank you. An ad for this. Actually, $1 and 2 hours to fix, but it was feed 6 people. What are you making? I'd make some pulled pork and Boston baked, brown sugar baked beans. Hell, I'd make a stew. I'd like, I'm pretty sure you can make a pretty decent stew with $20, believe it or not. Or some jambalaya. And no, I am not hungry. This is literally just, oh, this is cool. It's AI. Of course, it's AI. Yeah, that's definitely AI. Still really cool, though. Oh, audio, damn it. Could you maintain a dark ride? Hey, I was hired to do maintenance for the tracks here. Right, finally, I'm gonna explain your job so we can get to it right away. As you can see around you, this is something rather than grand openings tomorrow. I'd write the card if you're one of the guests. Oh, that's not sleep paralysis. That's sleep seizures. Had like they seizure warning for that picture. Jesus. What's this? Indie dev behind your favorite game, Slop. Your friend Slop, paddle, paddle, paddle. Making a game where you write silly stories and tell them to your friends. Yeah. Safety. I seen like a video on that. It wasn't the worst. Doing. You doing? How's she gonna breathe? Oh, that's copyrighted music. Eh. That's copyrighted music. Oh, she's making herself a lioness man. That's cool. Like that. That's impressive. Good job on that one. Give her a heart. That's probably just lighting. Making it weird. Oh, someone made a Waterman cosplay.
So cute!
Cute? What the?
Aww! So cute! So cute!
What are you? Accurate. Ugh. A little too good. Right. Ah. A seizure warning for that. Two friends who started a podcast. Oh, I love these guys.
Yeah. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Yep, yep. Oh. Yep, yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep,
I
yep.
love the aliens from Sesame Street. I love the aliens from Sesame Street. This is perfect.
Uh-huh. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Oh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I love this. I love this so much. Perfect. I don't want to know what that was. I don't want to know what that was. I don't know what that was. I don't care. Keep that away from me. Halloween Town was is hands down one of the best Coven, I'd say. I liked Hocus Pocus, but I loved Halloween Town. That was my jam. Don't judge me. I was a kid. Photo of the last game you played. Nah, I'm not gonna go through the effort. Oh, Faith, the Unholy Trinity is on PlayStation. I have Faith in the Unholy Trinity. I just haven't really actually gone through the haven't gone through the effort to play through it. Played like the first level and then quit on the second. Don't wind up the dog, he'll be annoying. Everybody's kung fu fighting. Yep, stereotypical music, but oh, it's so cute. That's awesome. This Industria 2.
Stay that way. I guess it didn't stay that way.
Ooh.
Which is the concerning bit.
Ooh, this looks so good. It's like, is this going to be on Steam? April 16th. AI robot horror. That doesn't mean that the game was made by AI. It means that that it's based around. It's basically a Terminator style video game. Like it's basically it's thematic like Terminator, where like AIs in robots decide to destroy all humans. Good. I'm disturbed. Disturbed by what I just saw. And I don't know why exactly. Not in the mood to look at food. Concept art. BioShock 2 Big Sister. Oh, so cool. I loved the Big Sisters in BioShock 2. They had like, I loved how like the fact that they could get the way they like got around the place. Like you played as the big daddy, which made you really slow and cumbersome, but the Big Sisters could get around real fast. Don't worry, this is just a phasal crowd video. No, I don't think I will. This will be me. I will die being a gamer. I will die as an old man still playing video games. Video games is literally my autism and obsession. It literally. You can tell I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years, and that's literally all the vast majority of what I did on the channel. It's literally like 99% of my content is random gaming garbage. So like this is me in a nutshell. I scream, you all scream, we all scream, just constantly each day is a new nightmare in this hell world we call Earth. Boys make food. Arr. How elaborate. Very precise. Not completely wrong. Not completely wrong. The Crowned, a real psychological survival horror where industrial horror meets dark fantasy, branching paths, NPC fates, harsh choices. Ooh, this is very Silent Hill. Very Silent Hill. I'm gonna want to see some of that. Crowned. And also, they don't make the female characters fugly, apparently. Will this be on Steam? This be on Steam? Play the demo for this. About to jump on. Is it on Steam, perhaps? It on Steam? I'm having to open up Steam, unfortunately. Apparently I did not have Steam open. Okay, then. Also, I just realized my music stopped again. It probably reached the end. Makes sense. 3 hours straight. Wow. Let me see here. Hold again, background. The background. Oh yeah, there it is on Steam. Cool. I'll leave it like that. I just basically just wish listed the thing. Exit Steam, because I'm not dealing with it taking up processing power, because it does that for some reason, even when I'm not using it. Ooh. Rhythm of fighting game? Cool. I don't know. Dead Disco? Dead is Disco. Ah. Well, Dead is Disco. Okay. I've never been a big fan of disco. Eh. But I want to say my ability to speak. Innuendos, man. Innuendo. That was so freaking weird looking. What the hell? Barely breathing. This looks like Octodad. This looks like a play on Octodad. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? That last thing that appeared on the screen looked sus as hell. That's so cool. That is awesome. That's so cool. Great. That's amazing. Dude. Pizza time, my dudes. Oh my god, that's so horrifying. This is so horrifying. Gotta see the comments on this. Had over 40 pieces in the last 30 days. Mikey devouring his pizza. Caption was the icing. God, please make it stop. This is horrifying, though. This is horrifying, though. Like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Like, if the original painting wasn't already bad. What's this? It makes you feel like you're being hunted by Batman.
Братишка, будь аккуратнее.
Не издавай звуков. Братишка.
I want this. I want this game. I want this game. I want this game. I want this game. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want this game. I do.
Братишка Пуча.
I want this game so bad. That's good. If that ever comes out, that's gonna be hot dog powered. $1 trillion experiencing that one game for the first time again. Yep. Yep. Definitely. Red pill, red and blue. Red pill, definitely. Dragon attacks your city. Who you calling? Okay. Oh, that's great. Dude has no chin. I shouldn't be laughing at this guy because I'm pretty sure this is like a birth defect or something. But like, don't be mean, Rufus. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Breaks the neck of my enemy to save anime laser tag. Not wrong. Rage baited by trees.
What the? I'm lost.
Oh my god, getting chased by a tree.
Who apples? Watch out for the dynamite. No! Down, up, right here. Wait. If you get stuck, press tab to check for trees. You could have been told me that. Press tab and check for trees. Found the top hat. Okay. I'll take it.
This game's gonna piss him off, ain't it?
Give me my shit, bro. Give me my shit.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. After someone pisses me off at work, arson. Still, that last one was really good. Nope again. He's fully charged. People ask how long I've liked Halloween movies. Nope. Please do not go outside. There are bees. They don't like you. They meant you specifically. It's enough creamer racist, but okay, that is not the mask of Bruce Almighty or the Truman Show. Ace Ventura. Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber. Wait. No inflammatory stuff, please. Weird. Yep, skip. Please don't ban me, YouTube, please. YouTube, don't ban me, please. I didn't know that was there. Oh, it's a stoat. It's a stoat.
Hold it in your hand, it will poke out its round little head and look at you. Moreover, captive-bred least weasels are very clingy. No matter where their owner goes, they will follow behind, just like a clingy little
least
dog.
weasel, it's a
In
stoat.
addition, the least weasel is very lively and active, and enjoys interacting with its owner. If you ignore it, it will jump directly onto you, wanting you to pet it. It will even obediently lie by the bed, waiting for you. Despite their small size, least weasels have such a power-hungry body that they need to constantly eat to replenish their energy. What many people don't know is that the least weasel is also a very fierce predator. They can eat over 3,000 mice a year and even dare to hunt animals several times larger than themselves. Interestingly, the least weasel is very timid. When it meets someone unfamiliar, it will shyly hide directly in its owner's clothes. If you kiss a least weasel, it will get very excited and show its belly, hoping you will kiss it again.
9-foot tall T-Rex skeleton headlines. Home Depot is 26 Halloween lineup. Video game with the spirit of Alice Madness. None of these words were in the Bible. Horngus of a dongfish is attached by us. I never cared for Burger King. And don't drink Monster. And WD-40. Big ass cat. Trying to find something else. Okay, this is moving that enchanted strain. That is very cool, I'll admit that. The fuck is that? It's a damn iguana. Marine iguana. Ugly little bastard. Ugh. Camera after scanning a 65-inch TV as a tomato. Why do you keep buying plants when you just end up killing them? Just to remind you of what I'm capable of. The villain destroying the world in the main storyline. Collecting 10 flowers for the car. Pick up his wife. Funny. And save energy. How do you like it if someone turned you on and then left? What the hell is that? Scared the shit out of me. Ugh. AI. AI. Most definitely AI. If it wasn't, that dude had died the moment that deer burst through the window and smashed straight into his head. Her store had such sights to show you. I'd have taken it. I'd have taken it. I'd have bought the damn thing. What's the price? I want to see. I want to see it. I want to see it. I can't see the. I can't see the price on that. Much. $500. $500. Yep, I wouldn't have bought that. No. No. $5. I was like, I'd have bought that. 500. No. $500. No. Hell no. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Skippy. Skippity doo dah. No, thank you. Starlink's high-speed internet is available in your area. Internet's fake. It's gotta be fake. There's no way that's real. Check the comments. AI, isn't it? I pay $99 a month for 2 gigs. Too high, and the high demand fee is ridiculous for average home. I don't trust it. I keep getting the vile feeling that it's some kind of soul trap. No kidding. Sounds fake as hell. Or at least if it does exist, you're paying enough to pay for a mortgage, okay? Situation. I don't like this painting either. I'd asked to be moved into a different room. That's very creepy. I don't know how to get banned from Build-A-Bear in the mall. That's great. Wonderful. Up, I engage in tomfoolery. Oh no! Why does that keep popping up on my timeline? Surgery was a success. At the head of a cat on a person's body. That's funny. That fries rice and chicken. That steak. Are you a raccoon? Dark circles on your eyes, eats junk, small and chubby, stays up all night, cute, but will fight. Tom's Diner. Stupid questions. Side mashed taters, chicken tender basket. Stupid questions. And I took that personally. It's great. Imagine getting charged for asking questions. Hand me, sir. I'm late for work. Oh, actually. I watched this movie. Or I started watching this movie, but I ended up stopping. Post your fave in glasses. Cool. I tried to take a photo of his yawn, but the sunset turned him into a fire-breathing monster. Awesome. Awesome. Understand why bugs have to come inside when they got the hole outside. Doctor. Damn.
Back up. Why do you suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close. Back up. Why do you suddenly?
I'd have been Ron. Comment on that. Said enough. This is funny. Laughs and doctor. Finally leaving my room after a concerning amount of time has passed. This childish for losers. Facts. What the fuck? Why is there a goat in somebody's apartment? A straight up goat in someone's random ass apartment. Oh, a horse in the pony factory. Oh, I thought it was a goat. Apparently it's a horse. Last coal-powered sheep. Most sheep are electric now. Winter fans be like, ah, yes, 6 p.m. Never get old.
And told police and responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but had no intention of causing a panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed, understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Home Depot says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to read that, didn't you? To Ethan now, please.
No.
You guys get the joke? He's saying he was taking a giant shit. The dude was going into the Home Depot bathroom and basically just made a big joke about saying he was going to take the biggest, nastiest shit, and for people to be warned that it was probably going to smell really bad. And apparently somebody did not get the joke and literally called the police. I would have got the joke. But apparently, some people can't. Economy's so bad, even ghosts gotta work for a living. What the fuck is going on here? I'm guessing there's... Must be a short dude or something. I'm so confused. Yeah, it's a perfect place to set up shop. Right. Experiments on my worm. I remember these. I made comments about it in the last stream. Cat weird, I think. Have gout. Tattoo idea if you have 11 fingers and gout. The hell? Like a fidget toy. See, I meet a girl. We start talking. She realizes I'm Spinosaurus. Do y'all ever get pre-annoyed? Like you already know someone's about to piss you off? Yes, I've had a moment or two like that before. Do not eat my lunch. I have 7 shrimp and 4,639 rice. Apparently they count. Part of the problem be the heel. That's cute. Almost forgot to put music back on again. Here, music. Music. Bring it down some. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. It's so loud. Oh my god, that was so loud. Bring it down some more. Bring it down some more. Oh my god. Apparently it's hitting some high notes. Jeez. Hopefully I didn't bust out your guys' eardrums with that E. Yeah. Down some more. There you go. In order to be number 1, you gotta be odd. Remember that, twin. When you just about had it. I think I already reposted this on Facebook or something. Gordon Ramsay's dwarf porn star look-alike found dead in Badger Den, half-eaten. Are lily pads? It's looking like. That's cool. I cast popcorn in your teeth you can feel with your tongue, but not your finger. Right. Right. That gets so annoying. I think that's relatable to everybody. Who decided you were our friend? The hammer of love and affection. Take the trash out at night and it's low-key majestic as fuck. Right. Right. I know, right? Like, I have like night blindness though, so it's really night blindness mixed with like light pollution makes it very difficult for me to see actually see the stars like that. Super Mario is named after Mario Segal, who rented out a warehouse to Nintendo. Oh. Wait, really? Cool. That's cool. Was there going to be another Halloween thing? Oh. Right about that range. Wait, really? What the Oh, it's not going to be another Halloween. It's just another... It's just going to be referencing or something. Call it trauma. I call it spicy memory. Aliens, when I hear it takes us 4 days to get to the moon. Complete the HR mandatory safety training. What I lack in vocabulary, I make up for in, stuff and things. And you gotta sneeze, but all of a sudden you don't gotta anymore, and you stand there like... leaving work after being overstimulated all day.
Your opinion is wrong! Why did you share it with me? It goes against my opinion, therefore it is wrong! Your opinion is wrong! Why did you
Distracting myself because if I think about it too much, I'll keep going insane. Use while cooking. I never wish death upon anyone who wrongs me. I wish sudden explosive diarrhea while stuck in traffic with frequent sneezes. When you weaponize your autism. Finally touch grass. That's my see you soon. What? The grass. What? Blades are slightly flattened, but still... No way! What? Your hand barely casts a shadow, so the sun must be fairly high in the sky. This was taken sometime between 2:30 and 4. Today is September 27th, so the sun's angle at this latitude. Holy shit. I'm autistic and even I don't have... I'm like, I must be the dumbest fucking autistic person on the planet because you could never ask me to come up with something like this. Should be at about 40 to 50 above 4 hours. Perfectly. The sun's trajectory. It's basic science. Oh my god. I'm not finished. Remember the grass. The dry patches tell me the area's been getting some rain recently, just enough to keep the bottom starting to show fall. Dude. Dude, this guy. I have Asperger's syndrome, and even I don't have that level of, like, pure obsessive drive. That's, like, literally, like, Einstein's level of, like, competency. He's like, that dude is the Einstein of, like, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not hacking, but of, oh, that dude's like the Einstein of location finding. Dude be able to find dude be able to find like a specific fly on the African continent. Like, oh my god. It was stunning. Final thought before making big decisions. Fuck it. Open the door, because, like, chances are if you don't, you're just gonna have your door busted down anyway. Why did you text me in that tone? You take the trash. Yeah, that's I read seeing that one. You get a good rest. Me at 5:89 a.m. Fifth photo in your gallery is why he's shocked.
I'm wasted. What's my secret? This little device right here. I just take a little blow, and it tells me when it's time for a little top-up. Because when I first got this, I used to ride at around 0.20, which is fucking wasted, 24/7. But now, I leave it at 0.12, which is perfect. It's right in the fucking slot, just past the click. That wonderful moment, just like Julian. I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing it. Oh, look at that, 0.10. Time for a little drinky poo. Cheers, genitals. What's my secret? This little device right here. I just take a little blow.
Awesome. Wait. That bit the soap bar, didn't like it. I don't know why I like this so much, but I do. Frog is here. Don't be sad. Things will be okay. Wonderful. Not opening my third eye. I've seen enough. All right.
Ooh, I love how this hangs over. Ooh, it's so aesthetic. Get rid of that though. What the hell is that freaking twig? Ew. There you go. Oh. Oh. Okay.
I think she knows that's that. I almost feel bad. Oh. She destroyed her plants. They're dinosaur.
打爆之后，他们应该能听见声音，听见声音之后，看到没？很懵逼，懵逼有什么用呢？啊，兄弟们，给你们介绍一下今天的，好吧？咱们的主人公梁子、奶妈、火男、瑞娜，还有老马。这边这个是谁？这个。
I don't understand a word he's saying. Buzz.
Neither one, they're both stuck-up cunts.
What do you call a lesbian dinosaur? A lick-a-lot-of-puss.
Two tampons are walking down the street. Who speaks first? Neither one, they're both stuck-up cunts.
Oh my God.
Why can't two Chinese people have a white kid? Because two Wongs don't make a white. Hey, Mom. What do you call an anorexic girl with a yeast infection?
Oh my God, I would have no idea.
A quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh my God.
Hey, Mom. What do you call a person that refuses to fart in public? A private tutor. Did you hear about the new Viagra drug that came out? It's called my coxafloppin.
Wasn't even fazed by that last one. Great. When you got a deep rage burning inside you, but you got to act nice because you're at work. It's funnier than the thing above it. Poor little gummy bear could actually. They say to never filter the baby. Why don't you get a job with your friends? Me if I got for a job. How lighter works. You're basically like breaking a piece. Fuck. You heard this banger. Yes, I have, but I'm not going to turn it on because I do not want the copyright claim. Hell, for all I know, I already got copyright claim from something. Weird deer sound. That is very high pitch and almost sounds like a child. Oh, that's a demon. That's a demon right there. Why do all these deer, so many deer sound like screaming people? Okay, that one's just cute. A reindeer. Sounded like a pig. Reindeer sounded like a pig. Wiggly wiggly. You got what I need.
No! No! Meow meow. No!
Cat do not like that bass.
No!
That cat don't. Sure seldom like it all. Spirit guide, the only person who can bring peace to you right now. You. Fuck. Or anyone you don't want to play with me. I've been real quiet ever since I got on you. Rose talent needs to be studied. At 3 months old, is 5 years old. 8 raw meat, 8 trash, feared nothing. This sausage is slightly inconvenient, I refuse. The fuck is that? I used to use it like this back in the day. Not bad, not have bad. Still don't want the copyright claim. 3 levels deep to in a Dwemer dungeon and still see the marker.
I'm tired, boss.
I know, right? That is my entire thought process too. I'm not fucking tired, dude. It's so fucking. Back to this year of commercial.
For you, hon.
Cleaning the gutters. Yeah, I'm realigning the satellite dish. It's a good one.
Hey, it's fixing a leak in the roof.
Even better.
No, I'm really fixing a leak.
Thanks for cleaning the gutters.
This many JRPGs that if I had walked into this room, I'd fight the Pope. Oh, I'd already seen it in the last stream. Oh. It's not funny. They're playing a simulator game. That is. Most thought that they were actually doing that. But not.
She said they might have left. They might have left. Out there in the lobby. Yes. All right, now lose it. Just lose it. Go crazy. Just a little clip.
Oh, that's too much. Just dramatic. Boy. No. Oh. Oh, no, that's just a good boy. That's just a good boy. Same husky.
He is holding on to me too. Look at that. Look.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Husky baby. Aww. some of them animals were like, eee. It's always the little dogs that give you the worst issues. They always have the most sass. Big dogs are usually even tempered, and like huskies, they just complain. They don't do nothing. I don't want to know anything about that because that'd probably be depressing, and I don't want depressing right now. Rebecca of the Pool, what is your wisdom? Have your eldritch knight wear full plate of fire immunity and a ring of acid immunity. Cast heat metal on yourself, then let a kraken swallow you. What? I don't get it. Wonder why we live longer than men. Yeah, me too. My coworker carries a taser that she says she doesn't let men hold anymore because they immediately attempt to shock themselves to see if they can take it. I found this out when I asked her to see it fully and intending to shock myself. Filming the Hobbit Bomber, the fattest dwarf outpaces all the other dwarves in the sprint from Beorn. Turns out the producers gave them running shoes while other actors wore heavy boots. That's awesome. And you can't really see it in the scene, you know, because they probably deliberately, like, keep the camera above the greatest atmosphere view I've ever seen. Can I just say they'll be reordering them in every color? Here is me sliding down a mountain because I was too scared to get up. My leggings did not rip, not even a little bit. Got stuck on rocks and trees. Funny. Well, good on her. That's the whole ass pan.
What is it supposed to be, Chili?
This has taken us an hour to do.
Hey, I like brownies like that. We
started this at 10.
Are you listening? In the lake, snow is glistening.
Nice.
What the fuck? I've made brownies. None of those brownies were like mine. I mean, I messed them up too, but I'll be honest, I like my brownies a little crispy. Oh, damn, that is loud as all hell.
Now he's crying.
Wow.
That's so cute. That's so cute. Oh my god. Bro's protecting us from alien technology. After. Oh wow. That was a slick cat. The cat had skills. Hey, the hell is this? I don't care. I'm gonna put my box off and disturbed.
Dear basketball. Started rolling my dad's tube socks.
Serious? Get out.
Thing though, like they really do. Why the fuck did you grab my noodles? Did you fucking go?
Pretty good. Wonderful. You fucking asshole. Look, that is my brother. That is my brother in a nutshell, right there. Cute owls.
Who's in?
You busy different enemies. Why you forgot to check plus trap.
Oh, get diffed, kid.
Wonderful. I really brought 3 of them and he sends one back to me. Yes. Oh, it's cheap. Cute. That's so cute. So obnoxious though.
Foot rub now. Foot rub now.
Rubs.
I should kick you.
Cute. Awesome. All right, that's good enough. That's enough, guys. I think it's about time I ended this. Think it's about time that I finished it. Oh, that was great. Okay. Face cam. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I had a good time. I had fun. Been going on for almost 4 hours now. Damn. Ooh. I had fun. It was a good time. But it's about time. It's bad time for bed. Almost midnight. Bad time. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, there's... The cats were so cute. Puppies were so loud as hell. For a couple of interesting. Like, the fact that there's a what was it? Flintstones Park out in Arizona. A little pointless to me. Like, there really isn't anything there. But other than that, like, I guess if you live out in the Arizona area, it might be an interesting place to just visit. It's really just a gas station in the middle of nowhere. I'd go there, maybe buy a twisted tea or something. Bottle of Red's Apple Ale. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really see the point of any of that. Like it's I like the Flintstones, but Park. It just seems a little pointless is all. But yeah. Thank you all, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Or the next event. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.